and then I get to spam all the discords. Your favorite thing.
Nice. Well, that's the least amount of work for me. Although I guess I have to fill in that time with banter, but I usually don't do that.
I've prepared some banter today. Um, did
You
you see?
prepared some banter?
Yeah, I did. I was thinking, and I've prepared some banter. So, did you see that your favorite character, your main in Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers, has been made wait, what am I trying to say here?
I
Uh,
don't know.
okay, so did you see that Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong in the upcoming movie?
Yeah, I there was so much that came out about the Super Mario movie all at once that I couldn't fucking tell what was real and what was not real.
I'm
So
just,
what
I
is
mean,
real? So
I'm
Seth
hoping
Rogen
that's real.
actually
I
Donkey
don't know.
Kong?
I hope
I
so.
mean, I mean,
Tell
I guess
what was
I
real and
guess
what was
I'm
not
happy
real.
that Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I know. Well, because he's Donkey Kong is your main. Okay, we can start now. Okay, spawning in the bottom right, the green Protoss player. It is Radio Conf.
And spawning in the top left, representing Ashes, the Blue Zerg 11.
Now these guys had a little bit of good banter going on in the Balance Wine chat after this played out, and I did read it, so I think I know the I know the results
The
of
outcome.
this. Yeah,
Okay,
but
I
don't
can't
yeah
wait
don't.
to. What, you don't want me to ask you questions about it? I can't say anything about it. I just didn't read it.
No, I was gonna say don't go read it unless you want to know the answer
Oh, I
already.
see. I see. Yeah. Okay.
So Radio Conf is going for the hatch block and didn't make it. This is actually a little bit of a smaller map too. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. And 11, it looked like 11 was going for, um, I think he did the extractor trick, but I didn't 100% see it. And
Ah,
I think this cleaning bot blocked his pool for a second. There was a pretty,
and the,
or
the
sorry.
critters can the critters can block your buildings.
Well, yeah, there was actually it was a pretty funny thing on Reddit. If you look on the screen or on the stream, I'm not sure how far back it is, but like the ramp kind of looks like this, right? So
Yeah.
uh, there were adepts that were about to shade into a Protoss player's main, and the guy tried to block with a pylon, but the bot blocked the pylon going down, and all the adepts got inside of the main, and that was just GG from there. Like that, the critter legitimately made him lose the game. I mean, maybe he
That's
would
too
have lost
funny.
the game already, but like like if you have that many adepts and like you're about to get absolutely adepted, maybe you're gonna lose anyways. I'm not sure exactly, but you know,
It's hard to say like how fast could they have taken down a pylon, you know?
yeah. And I wasn't actually like it was just it was clearly edited to make it look like that made the person lose the game. So there's definitely a possibility that that is what happened. I didn't like it's not like I downloaded a replay or contacted them and was like, hey, can I see this? Because like I don't care either way. But you know,
Sure. Oh, well, I mean, now with modern editing software, you never can tell what's real and what's not.
exactly.
Could have just been a PVT deepfake of Taryn winning.
So 11 is actually going for um, a little bit more Zerglings than you would anticipate, and I think that this is actually pretty good for 11 getting the scouting probe, because this probe wants to stick around before the adept gets over and then check like drone counts and everything. So the adept is going to come in, and yeah, 11 is just kind of flooding them here. The Stargate is not in the wall. Oh, but Radio Comp does wall off completely. Is that a wall though?
I don't think that's a wall at the moment. I
I
think
don't
you can
know.
go around the
we're
left side.
we're about to find out. 11's like
I
hitting
guess
like
so.
rate as speed as finishing, so this is actually like perfect. And unfortunately, oh, that's not a wall because there's nothing in it. Never mind. I think this is game over.
Is this what the wine was about?
No, it wasn't. It was. I'll tell you about what it was later, I guess, if you want.
That's fine. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Well, this is basically best case scenario for 11. Like, he's doing so much damage. He's building more lings, so like he doesn't have any intention of macroing out of this. But I think he's just gonna kill so many probes that it doesn't matter either way.
I was gonna say that's what I'd like to see happen, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily true. but it is sometimes nice to see a Zerg
Bob.
just rush him, just just rush him.
Yeah, but I'm really curious if this is a wall, like, beside the gateway. Now more lings are streaming in, and, like, I don't know. I mean, there are some adepts here, and the Oracle's out of energy, so it can't actually get the kill. But I think that this is just going to be game over, man.
I didn't realize that oracles can they only attack if they have energy?
Yeah, and then it costs a certain amount of energy to pop it, and then keeping it for a certain amount of time
Okay. So there's
depletes the energy.
a startup cost, and
Yeah.
then a continued usage cost.
Yeah, and I don't know how much is, like, what is what sort of thing. Like, you know, I have no idea. When I play Protoss, I never make oracles because you actually have to micro them and stuff. I just want to make
Right.
void rays, and, you know, GG gets called, and we're moving on to game number 2. Hey,
Damn.
hey, Shi, how's it going? This morning, I got out of the shower, and I was like, I haven't made a stupid meme screen yet. How did I forget to do this? And then I signed on, and I was like, oh, I did make it. Never mind.
That's a really good one.
Thanks, man. I was pretty proud of this.
I like that one a lot.
Okay, so
I don't have a specific. Sorry, go ahead. I guess we do the intro first.
I was just okay. So spawning in the top left, the green Protoss getting cheesed out. Game number 1. He's maybe a little tilted. It is Radio Conf.
And in the bottom right corner, the cheeky lad representing Ashes 11.
Sorry, what were
So
you gonna say?
anyway, I don't have an idea for like how you can make it related to StarCraft, but a Simpsons moment that might work really good is like the Mr. Burns recycling like moment. I don't know.
I'll take. I mean, basically, what I do is I type into Google because I'm an old man, funny Simpsons pictures, and then I just look through them and I try to think of, like, basically the first one that I can relate to StarCraft. That's it. I'm done for the day. You know, like.
I assumed that was the case. Is he going for the hatch block
Yeah,
again?
he's going for the hatch block, and 11 is trying to be a cheeky boy here, where he's like, uh, I'm not trying to expand. You're crazy. So that Radiocomp pulls this up, like, up the ramp to be like, what are you doing, 11? But because he didn't fall for it. Oh, and now he's even dropping a pylon. So, like, he is really not falling for it, and 11's just got to take this at the, I guess, linear third base.
Canceled his pylon.
Oh, well, then 11's going to go in then. Never mind. I'm not sure exactly when you would keep, like, I don't think you ever really want that pylon to finish because it doesn't really matter either way, but Radiocomp probably was like, because it's so delayed anyways, right? Like 11's
Yeah.
natural was so delayed anyways that I'm assuming
So
that it's a win one way or the other. But
I guess it would have to be.
yeah, but I think Radiocomp's going to need a second pylon though to not get supply blocked.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's,
I feel like it's gotta. Okay. There it is. I'm not sure. Pylons actually build faster than supply depots. I don't know if you knew that or not.
But I did know that, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe this is like the perfect timing because, like, right as this probe finishes, it's going to be supply block territory. But you probably cut. Yeah, he's cutting. It looks like because he's at full saturation anyways. So it doesn't. Oh, never mind. He just starts it. Never mind. I think I may be looking too deep into this.
It's probably just drones.
Yeah, probably.
You know? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I get it, man. I get it.
No, I was
pesky
it's just drones.
I can't believe that this probe is still alive. I like to do this with my first SCV, is like stay in the Zerg main base for as long as possible because they think that you've gone home kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of like see when the tech drops or if they pull out a gas, which 11 did do. So I think we're looking at a bit more of a macro focus game.
Sure, I mean, on the third base already for 11, it seems like he's not willing to do any more cheesing.
Yeah, and this
Love to be wrong, though.
the Adept's gonna shade in and look at the drone count, I would imagine. But like, it looks like it. Yeah, there it is. There we go. So we can follow this. So this in no way should not finish. Should not finish this. It looks like it's gonna finish. It did finish. Okay, maybe I'm not very good at this game, but I feel like that was not the right call because it's gonna
You're gonna
die.
say that. Yeah, but he did get to count all the drones.
He did get to count all the drones, and he did get 2 lings. So yeah, that's 100% not worth it. Okay, let's see what this Adept does. Okay, I'm gonna follow the shade again. Let's see. Is this shade gonna finish? Yeah. Okay. Good. It didn't.
Oracle.
And Oracle on the other side. Is it out? It is out. Okay, we can follow
It
that
is
then.
out. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're following the Oracle. This is some master class observing here.
Not seeing any tech structures from the Zerg yet, but there are spore crawlers going in at mineral lines.
Yeah, I think that
Will
the
will they finish? Will they finish?
Mm, with the
Pretty
queen there,
close.
yeah, with
With
the
the queen,
queen there,
yeah.
the looks
Get him.
as long as it gets out. So two for a little bit of hull damage. I bet you RadioConf is pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think probably right.
So 11 goes for lair before any sort of like 1.5 tech structure, you know? So like no
Yeah.
baneling nest, no roaches. So I'd wonder if that's going to be like a quick Hydra maybe or Spire.
Uh, yeah, probably. I guess he's seeing now. First Void Rays out.
And it's going to grab another Overlord here. So 11's going to be potentially supply block for a little bit. Oh, and 11 is droning like a madman. 9 drones going down. Well, a Dark Shrine for radio comp. And I like this. You clear the Overlord, so there's likely not going to be a scout. You know, he's got a what appears to be a wall. Again, on these new maps, I'm not exactly sure what is and isn't a wall, but it looks like it should be a wall. And I
It's
think it would,
a yeah. What's a wall if the adept is standing there?
yeah, I think so too. I don't think anything can get by this like right gateway and like this box over here. Like it looks like there's a little gap, but I think that would be unreasonable for something to be able to
I
squeak through that.
yeah, I agree.
So a couple of lings look like they're going for the scout. Oh, and I grabbed the rocks by mistake. Oh, I'm bad at this.
You grab
Uh,
the rocks.
yeah, if you look at the
The, f-
screen, if you look at
the
stream really
follow
quick, yeah, I hit
follow
follow
command on some rocks.
on some rocks. Yeah. Okay, so the oracle's going back in again. Or revelates, and is it gonna go down? Wow, it survived with 4 HP. You hate to see it if you're 11. You love to see it if you're a radio comp fan. And here comes the DTs. Is there detection? Obviously, there's the spores, which I guess is kind of counterintuitive because like you force out the spores and then you go for what counters it, you know. But it's not exclusively the spores because like Zerglings can't fight against this as they're absolutely getting destroyed. There is actually a fair amount of Hydras though, so that
There are.
gets pushed back pretty easily.
We have
11's
the
in a
range upgrade coming for the Hydras soon too.
that's range upgrade. Okay, okay, and then
Yeah.
these Archons and then come back in with an Archon drop. I feel like this is kind of late. You know, like I used to like to
I
do a
don't know.
variation of this build, but
Yeah.
without a Stargate first. So obviously it was some sort of mind games in there. Oh, but Radiocomp just warped the Archons and left. I thought he was gonna start dropping them. Hmm, it's kind of interesting. So that Oracle finally goes down. One probe going to meet the entire Zerg army. A miss rally on next size. Nope, doesn't look
Think
like it would just misclick.
I think Walt Whitman wrote like a poem about that.
Yeah, good
About
old
a single probe going to meet an army of Zerglings.
Walt Whitman, "Leaves of Grass, my ass." That's one of my favorite Simpsons quotes.
Leaves of grass my ass. What's that one from?
That's when Abe always tells Homer that his mom's. Oh wait, these links are just the links just go into the base. Oh man,
Oh
that's
my
so
goodness.
frustrating. And then the Hydras are gonna pick up these Archons, but it's the one where Homer's mom comes back. You know, like
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Abe is like, "That's your mom's grave right there, Homer." So Homer finally goes to like see his mom's grave, and it's actually the grave of Walt Whitman.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That- That's funny. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the dialogue.
So a lot of probes went down, really crippling radio comp, as we were talking about The
That
Simpsons. Uh,
28 of them.
yeah, that's a
Goodness.
lot. That's more than a base of saturation. The charge lots did clean it up. I didn't realize that he had charge, but he does. And 11 did kind of put a lot of army into that, but because it hasn't really hurt his economy, I mean, I would like to see him droning up a little bit more and see he's going for tons of Hydras. He is getting fourth base, though, so not necessarily like super going in for the kill. I think it's just like, you know, you're ahead, continue to be more ahead sort of thing.
I think the fourth base is smart. It's maybe even a little bit late. Probably could have gone down before he pushed out, but
Yeah,
it was a successful attack. You can't fault him for that, right?
absolutely. But he's gonna need more.
How do charge lots do against Hydra? They're pretty good.
I think that they're pretty good, but Hydras have really high DPS, so like,
Yeah.
okay, so cancels the fourth base, loses the drone. Honestly, I think that as a Protoss player, but again, my Protoss is not like, I'm in no way a very good player with Protoss, but I always see like Storm is a big thing, like splash damage is a good thing against mass Hydras.
Yeah. Right.
And Radiocomp does not have Storm right now. He has a couple of High Templar, but like really all they can do is feed back the what do you call these things? Overseers?
Right.
And I don't know. This just was not a very good timing. I don't know exactly what he was expecting. Maybe he thought he had Storm already. Like I like how he just picked up the High Templar, which are very expensive units, and the Immortal, another relatively expensive unit. But 11 is just in such command, which I mean, nothing against anybody, but 11 likes to complain about Protoss a lot. I did not expect this to look so. Well, I just didn't expect it to look
Hanging out,
so good.
hanging
Yeah.
out with the DT.
Yeah. Well,
Some high fives and
yeah.
mutual respect.
11 is like almost exclusively Hydras in his army right now. Where did his lings go? Did they all die? Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
geez,
2 lings somewhere.
who are you? 11? Me?
Yeah, you love your Hydras.
Who
Uh,
does?
but he's teching into lurkers, which I think is just going to be super good against charge lots, because charge lots have to get in close to kill, and lurkers just
Oh
do a
yeah.
shit ton of damage.
Well, their range is absurd,
Yeah,
especially like with the
with the
upgrade.
upgrade. So if 11, I mean, I already think 11's in an excellent position. Okay, so now Storm is out, but I think a lot of the Storm damage there was actually done on the charge lots. This time, Radio Comp was a little bit more sparing with that, but 11 has to be really careful with the going up the ramp now, because Storms do actually just an insane amount of damage. Unfortunate placement for the
The Templar,
Templar
Archive.
Archives. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't suppose he has another one.
I doubt it. T is how
Oh,
you
I was
check.
thinking of the Twilight Council.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he still has a Twilight Council. He's got a. Oh, he's going Fleet Beacon now. Switching into Stargate. That's an interesting choice because there's so many Hydras already. Now these Hydras are going to get morphed lurkers, so maybe it's like if you do this, then I do this sort of thing. Like it's genius. It's so crazy it might just work. But
Gotta be it.
11's had radio conf just on the back foot this entire game. Like there hasn't really been that much harass. 11 has killed 30 workers to Radio Comp's 4. So like 11's just been basically untouched. So I would imagine that being a relatively aggressive Zerg, like that's the exact situation that he wants to be in.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been. I mean, we know we've talked already about him getting lurkers, but the army composition, like for someone that far ahead, is maybe surprisingly mono disperse. It's a lot of Hydras.
Run by on the 4th or 5th base, I guess. I'm not sure which one he took first. Yeah, this one's the one that's not saturated, so let's call this the 5th base. So run by on the 5th base. The Lings are just kind of running to their doom, but they're going to overwhelm these Zealots, and eventually those go down. 11 can just reproduce because obviously he's got such a bank, but Radioconf kind of feels every single unit lost. In perhaps an emotional way, but like also just like a monetary fashion as well,
You don't think he knows every unit like a brother?
Yeah, maybe he does. So I guess 11's going in for. I feel like it would be wrong to call it the A move because he's got to burrow the lurkers at least, but I think that this is just going to be a swarm, like it's going to be really challenging.
I don't want to call it an A move, but it's basically an A move.
Oh, that was big storms. Okay, the Hydras were like just kind of chilling at the top of that ramp and got pretty stormed. Hey, there's a Phoenix there. That was kind of interesting. Some of the lurkers are like right beside each other, so like a storm did do a fair amount of damage, but you need more than one storm to kill a lurker. So,
ooh, carrier.
Yeah, one carrier is out. More storms, but again, I think 11's just in such a great position. These storms are potentially killing that carrier. I'm not actually sure, but that base goes down and another 22 workers with it. Hadn't said it yet, but this is a deciders match, right? So whoever loses this is out of the tournament. Whoever wins makes it to the round of 8. Right now in the tournament, Maddie, I'm not sure if you know, but there's actually 4 Protoss players in the round of 8. Uh,
Whoa.
and in season 2, we only had 1 Protoss player in the round of 16, I think it was, or maybe the round of 8. I can't remember anymore. And that was Roy. So now we're Protoss galore over in the LMSL. So 11 can actually just stand and fight these carriers because again, or the interceptors, right? Because it costs money and time to rebuild them. The charge lot's running into the lurkers. 11 doing a pretty good split. He must have thought there was a high Templar, and there might have been. I just didn't really see it. And I think this is well, it's probably been the beginning of the end for a while, but this is like super the end of the end, maybe.
Yeah, the slow march toward death has started to speed up a bit.
Man, 3 carriers at a time, though. And GG gets called. Good luck in the next round. Very sportsmanlike of these
Very
gentlemen.
good sport.
And now we're going to move to series number 2. Well, why don't we do She's, because I saw her here. It's Group C. Did you say something, Maddie?
No, I didn't.
Did Lauren say
I did
something in the
not.
background?
No, she's not here at the moment.
Oh, no, where's Lauren?
She's gone to the gym.
Oh, she went to the gym. And is she gymming it up?
She sure is.
Nice. Okay, so we did that series. I have a little piece of paper that I keep notes on. I don't really know why I do it, but I do.
Someone's gotta.
So spawning in the top left, I actually on stream last night. I was watching her stream and she got masters. So congratulations on that. It is
Wow.
she.
And spawning in the bottom left, representing PT Hero, it is Papa Panda.
Now,
Zerg.
yeah, I said this before when these guys played last, but this is actually a rematch of the season 2 third place, fourth place match. So even though these
Right.
two have actually already played in the tournament and she beat Papa Panda 2-0 maybe 2-1, I can't really remember exactly what happened, but they're very evenly matched and I'm pretty excited for this matchup. Not just because there's a Terran, but obviously I do love having Terrans to talk about.
Sure. So this is a true rivalry within the LMSL.
Basically, I don't know if anyone's actually ever played each other more than these 2 players here in the LMSL, because normally people don't really play again. Perhaps Roy and a Legacy might be the only other ones that have played each other so much, because they seem to hit each other constantly, and they're both played in all 3 seasons. You know, these 2 have only played in
Yeah.
season 1 or season 2 and 3. So
Right. Right.
I really like this move. She was doing this before. I'm not sure if this is like her pick or like map pick or not, but come in, mine out the minerals so the SCV gets there slightly faster, be able to scout around. And she can tell just based on the look that it was a hatch first. Feeling pretty safe. The Reaper can come across the map in that regard. You don't have to keep it at home and worry about 4 or 6 lings coming to run by and cancel your low ground CC. Bunker, or not bunker, sorry, supply depot, marine, yeah, looking pretty good. Coming in to cancel the third base, or not cancel, sorry, block the third base. I personally don't really like that move just because I feel like it's almost like asking the Zerg players to 2-base Muta you. But if you're okay with dealing with that, then, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, Papa Panda, maybe, I don't know how often I see him 2-base Muta, and, like, you have to be pretty reactive to be able to do that, you know? Like, oh no,
We
my
saw we saw a lot of Muta play last week. I don't think it was from Papa Panda though.
Papa Panda play, a bit of a Reaper miscontrol, but gets away anyways. Awesome play, I love this. Just using it as a scouting unit and then getting it to safety. This perfect Reaper ideology or theory or whatever. Oh, that's a huge bomb. Oh, even getting some lings off. Speed is really far off. I think Papa Panda should pull these back. Yeah, there it is. But not before she
Damn.
gets a second ling. Wow, I was not expecting that much damage. Papa Panda, like, because generally speaking, normally the Zergs don't make 6 lings.
Yeah.
They like 4 is enough,
Yes.
and then losing them too. Back at home, she went for that third CC before second gas. Very like standard macro meta nowadays. You can normally drop that about like a minute faster doing it that way.
Very cool.
Roy lost to Hellbat King actually. I know that you have feelings about that certain player who doesn't play anymore, but he did lose to or he beat Roy in season 2 to make it to the finals, I think, or in the finals. I don't even remember anymore. Oh, but it looks like this is a Baneling bust,
Do
and
we
there's
do we not talk about Hellbat King?
he is a bit of a. I mean, we can talk about him all you want, but he's not a very, or he can be very. I don't know how to say this. Like,
Has he been canceled?
I mean, there's the Banelings come in. This is and there's nothing in the wall either. Oh, this is a bit of a scary situation for Shi. As long as she doesn't lose these Hellions, you can always kite back. Papa Panda's gonna go for the surround. Oh wow, that's a huge raid.
Damn.
Rock, thank you for the raid, man. I really appreciate it. We're just casting games here, everybody. We don't normally have this many people watching now. I feel self-conscious.
Self-conscious.
Yeah, now I feel self-conscious. I promise I do. I'm pretty good at the game. Thank you for the follow.
Alright, you don't have to play and commentate at the same time.
Thanks, Maddie. So yeah, I think that this is basically it, unfortunately, for Shi. These Banelings are going to do a lot of damage, and the 2 Banelings will actually kill a ton. Second one, yeah. Oh, they're not playing with WCS. That's okay, though. So now,
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this before, but Terran players like love to stay in the game, like for a
Way
really
too long.
long time. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm aware.
and like having 3 CCs, maybe this actually isn't the worst position because Papa Panda doesn't have a ton of workers. Both armies have been reset, and I think this might actually turn into a bit of a macro game, which I really would not have thought. Seeing all of those lings run up her main, and having the wall be closed and everything, things are so late, but it's actually turning into a bit of a standard, interesting looking game.
She did look pretty secure, but there's just an absolutely textbook Baneling bust on the top right wall there at the natural, and we'd have
Yeah.
a game on our hands.
Yeah, and I like how Papa Panda is not forcing the issue. Like, he could try and, I don't know, I guess, run by again. And that might be a way to let Shi get back into the game if he doesn't take a favorable enough trade.
Sure.
She's still going for Cloak Banshees. Oh, no, she's not. She's getting a... Oh, maybe Cloak was just later. She couldn't afford it or something. But, like, normally by the time you have 2 Banshees, though, you already have the Cloak, and then you switch off, and you can start getting, you know, like, Medivacs or something.
I gotcha. So, in Shi's position, would you be trying to rebuild your economy, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're in the situation, like, you feel like obviously you have to do a ton of damage. And
Okay.
maybe these Banshees are going to be absolute heroes. Does Papa Panda have any... So there's 1 spore in the 3rd base, 1 spore in the natural, one... so, like, I personally never use Banshees, so my Banshee control is just god-awful. Instead, I like to play BCs because they're way more... Like, they're super easy, you know? Like...
Sure.
But, I mean, these are pretty good. She's getting a couple. As long as she can't lose them, though. So she's got to be careful not to lose these. She's macroing back at home, making SCVs, which she definitely needs to do.
Yeah.
And if she could see the Spire, I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's in the back of the main. So if she can see the Spire, then that would be really good. Because these Banshees, while they're doing harass, can also be used as scouting as well.
Gotta love multi-purpose units in SC2. Are they gonna cancel this base?
Might even be a kill. It is a kill. Both of these Banshees
Wow.
die, but they get the hatchery kill. So, I mean, the units lost is way closer than I actually thought it was going to be. And if you look at Shi's base, like, she's actually caught up a lot in workers. And
She really has bounced back.
Yeah, she's gonna go land it. I don't hate this position. She's getting a second factory. Looks like she's gonna play mines, which is a good call against the mutas. I don't think she saw that though, did she? No, she didn't see the spire. So maybe she's just thinking that it's
Feels
coming.
it.
Yeah.
Feels it.
Upgrades are finishing. The armory is just about to finish. Yeah, this is looking pretty good as long as she doesn't get surprised by the mutas, which actually can be like a totally like can absolutely happen. You know, like we've seen that before.
Oh, they've caught us all with our pants down at one point or another.
Yeah. Hey 11, we did your game already. If you wanted to check that out, that was the first series that we did. I like how Papa Panda. I didn't realize this. I like how the changelings show up red on the minimap because I was like, what of Shiyi's units are just hanging out down there? But it's just the changelings.
Yeah, they're very sneaky, sneaky.
Okay, so there's the mutas, and there is no missile turrets. So this is very real possibility to do a ton of damage. She's moving out with only one medevac, loaded up 3, but it's only moving out with 1, and the mutas are now in the main. Again, unfortunately no WCS, so you can't see exactly how many are going down, but that seemed like a lot, maybe like half the mineral line. And Papa Panda could stay here and try to deny that upgrade or go for going for add-ons is also super annoying because it disrupts the production facility. Just as long as he doesn't lose all of them, then that's pretty good. She's cleaning creep, and she's actually attacking in multiple places at once, which is like very, very strong. Very good to do at really any level, to be honest. But like if you can pull it off in diamond, then it's awesome. So she just picked up 4 queens. She's going in on this 4th base or whatever, but the lings are not lings. Sorry, the mutas are getting a ton of work done. Engineering bay is gonna go down. That's painful. This is a really scrappy game.
Yeah, I think she's gonna force these mutas to turn around and do something back at home. So,
Yeah.
and you must feel still pretty good about her economic position. She's a little bit ahead of the drones on the worker count.
Ooh, there's 2 Widow Mines that could do a ton of damage, or a bunch of friendly fire. I think they did actually hit a
It
bunch of
was
their
both.
MSCVs there, yeah. And I think this is another mineral line that's going to absolutely go down. And at the same time, Papa Panda is cleaning up Shiyi's double drop here, so I think that might be the nail in the coffin. Oh, she actually does still have a fairly big army.
She still
Actually,
has
no, yeah,
more
no, she's actually
workers
got
as
a ton.
well, and like it's really really close.
Where did all of Papa Panda's workers go?
She killed them with her marine run by, I guess.
Oh, wow. I
I
was
don't know if you
totally...
call that a run by. You call that a run by? Are Marines fast?
No. It'd be like a drop, I guess.
A draw, yeah, it's closer. That's more accurate, I suppose. Got some more banelings coming in. We all remember what happened last time.
But there's no Baneling speed, unfortunately. Infestors coming out now. Ooh, she's got Tunneling Claws. That was... Oh, those are unfortunate shots and then pretty good shots. So basically, every time I use Widow Mines, that's kind of what happens. There's just no... Ooh, hey, nice focus fire on the Banelings. Baneling speed's finished. These units are pretty heavily stimmed. It looks like all of the Banelings went down. All the mutas went down. Man, she's looking great.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to go this way. Some more big baneling busts, though. Or not busts, explosions.
Yeah, she is, she's parade pushing, though. How many racks does she have? I guess I could just hit this button. She's only on 5 racks, so, like, she wants to go up to 8 racks here pretty soon. Even if you could, even if they're just naked racks, you know? Oh, and GG gets called anyway, so.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations to Shi moving on to game number 2.
What an awesome game.
That was sick, actually. I thought that Papa Panda had
sorry,
that.
one moment.
Yeah, sure. So people that are new to the chat, just these are from replay. Sorry, new to the tournament in the chat, whatever. These are. I mean, you still looked really good for not warming up, but these are from replay. So I just kind of have this splash screen here so that you guys can't see how long it is and how many games there are. But this is a best of 3. The winner moves on to the playoffs. The loser falls down to the Sorry, they're out. They're out of the tournament. So yeah, she and Papa Panda both have played in season 1 and there's a season 2 and season 3, and unfortunately we're gonna lose one of them here. I was just catching.
Hate to see him go.
Yeah, I was just catching people up in the chat that have never heard of the tournament before. And maybe care, probably don't though. In the top left, the red Terran player, can she win it and then move on to the playoffs? Be our first Terran in the playoffs? I hope so. It is Shi.
And spawning in the bottom right, down 1-0, representing Pterodactyl Hero, it's Papa Panda. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm really glad that the Terrans pulled through for you, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love Terrans and everything, and also we know how they are the hardest race, as you can see by the splash screen. So, you know. Uh,
Yes. For
uh,
those of you that don't know, Jeff is strongly Terran biased.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna, while nothing's happening real currently, people in the chat, if you could go to the Matcherino there and use the coupon you have to make an account, or if you already have an account, it's free, and you use the coupon there. There's 11 left. There's like 100 people watching us right now for some reason. So if those people, if any, I mean, if like 10% of you wanted to do that, we'd really appreciate that. And then if you guys are diamond or under, there's a tournament after this that that I'm gonna cast. If you want to sign up for that, it's hosted by Berserker Esports. Because it's diamond and under, there's no prize, but you can win DLC points, and they do have tournaments that do have prize pools. So that's just if you're interested in that, check that out. I just put that in the chat as well. So see that, Maddie? I'm a guy that hustles or
That
whatever.
plugs.
Yeah, that plugs. I'm a
You're a
plug.
plugger. You're
A
a
plug.
plugger. You're a big old plug.
I'm a plug plugging it up.
So she's gonna see that we had a pool first from Papa
Yeah.
Panda, and now she's gonna get sweaty palms.
Well, I like the choice to build on the high ground because this is a relatively smaller map.
Oh yeah.
I think it might be the smallest map in the map pool, but I'm not 100%. When you do so basically, she was a little bit of a gambler here, sending the Reaper out because you never know exactly where the Lings are going to come from, and then you don't know where the Lings are going to get a surround. So, like,
Yeah.
she really doesn't want to lose this, but she's totally buying time. She's buying so much time, actually, and, like, keeping the Reaper alive that I don't even think she needed to build on the high ground. Obviously, it's just a feeling safe kind of thing, but like basically she's hard countered what Papa Panda did, which is awesome, and then Papa Panda is also taken a relatively fast third base, and he still built more Lings though, which I find interesting. I thought he was gonna be droning here. Nice pullback there on that Ling.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, wrong one.
Yeah, I am surprised that he would opt for more Lings. Maybe he's got a vendetta against that Reaper now.
Macintac, thank you for the raid too, man. Like, we're getting all the raids. We're getting all the raids today, man. Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi everyone. Oh, hey, fast third CC in the wall too for Shi. Hi everyone. We are doing a diamond and under tournament right now. These are all from replay. Afterwards, I am going to cast a diamond tournament live, which if you are diamond and under and you're interested in signing up, you can do that. I hope you enjoy your food, Macintac. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Having a nice day, Maddie.
This is stressful, man.
There's a lot of people watching. This might be the most people that have ever watched at one time.
Watch anything ever at one time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Even more than your Among Us Let's Play?
I've actually never played Among Us because, I don't know, I'm just lame, I guess.
Because you're an old man?
I am very much an old man. I play StarCraft and StarCraft only. One Ponyboy 1, thank you for the follow, man. Is that in relation to The Outsiders? Because I'm an old man and I read that in school. Did you read The Outsiders in school too, Maddie?
Well, I was one of those kids that
didn't read?
read books for fun.
What a loser.
So I read The Outsiders for fun.
Because your dad made you?
No, my dad only believes in sports. You know this.
Yeah, that's true.
This his sister that got me into reading, really. But
Uh,
yeah, Outsider's pretty classic.
T-Gun, thank you for the follow, my dude. Oh, hey, Papa Panda going for a Nidus. And
Oh,
roaches, and I don't think Shi has seen either of that.
we haven't seen much
No.
Nidus play throughout the whole tournament. Infestors too. We didn't even really see anything happen with the Infestors last game. I got really excited, and then it
Unfortunately.
was over, which is a little sad, but that's okay.
So the Nidus is gonna go up, and it looks like she hasn't even seen it yet, to be honest, which is definitely frustrating from a Terran perspective. I remember one time I played in a tournament, and it was like
Oh,
I was doing such a good run, and then I got a Zerg player that just Nidused me twice in a row, and I was so
oh man.
frustrated, and I lost. And then he played in my tournament season 2, and I had to pretend like it was no big deal, but it was a big deal, Maddie. I still remembered.
Did you beat him?
No, I lost. I lost that one. I was so
Oh no.
frustrated.
It wasn't like the big anime rematch where you learned a new technique and you destroy his Nidus play. Or...
No, it was just me looking really bad against Nidus play. So these roaches are actually doing a fair amount of damage, but like because there's already Banshees out, they can eventually clean this up. The only problem is, will they clean it up fast enough? And
I mean, the queens are pretty threatening too. Like 4 queens is pretty strong against the Banshee, right?
yeah, you can pull SCVs to fight the roaches because roaches DPS is not like super great. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like because I think she lost the starport. Yeah, she did. So she lost the starport, and she's building like, single Marines at a time. That I feel like
Yeah.
even though she does have 3CC and she's got a fair amount of workers, I don't think this is ever really gonna get cleaned up. I
No,
could
this is
I could be
yeah.
being a pessimist. Like she could just basically abandon the main base, which is what I did in one of those games where I got Nidus, is I just abandoned my main base, like floated everything away, held on the bottom of the ramp, and I did keep the game going, even though I did get absolutely smashed, like, so it's definitely a
Sure.
possibility. Kind of like what she's doing here, right? So she's repairing the bunker, the SCVs are being targeted as well, unfortunately, so like they're gonna go down, but like this bunker is getting a ton of damage done. And she might be able to kind of like hypothetically
really
pull out of
nice.
this, but I really don't think so.
Really nice queen micro with these infuses though. Like I mean, these guys have been alive for 45 minutes if they've been alive for a minute, Like it's
Yeah, and I really like the getting roaches. Oh wait, is there a tank now?
Ravagers.
The Ravagers. Oh, there's a tank. There's a tank on the high ground shelling out, and Papa Panda does not know that that's there.
Yeah, he
Now he
seems
does.
to be
Now he
unaware.
does.
He is
One
healing
queen.
through it though. Again,
I was like, where is that
queen
tank
being
shot coming from? This is actually
continually.
this is a wild game. Because if you look at Shiyi's third base, I don't want to move away from this fight necessarily, but if you look at the third
Yeah.
base, there's a bunch of barracks is building, so like, she's not giving this up.
No. That's good on you, Shuyi. I can't wait to see how this works out for you.
She's got so many racks, actually.
These freaking Ravagers, eh? Like, I
She's
wonder
got
if so.
6 racks. Okay, oh, Stim finished. Stim actually finished in that absolute chaos.
Damn, that's crazy. Papa Panda's really got nothing going on behind this.
No, he's floating so much resources.
He's floating a lot. He's throwing down a little bit more tech and also droning pretty heavily, but
Hydra.
you gotta wonder.
Yeah, Hydra Evolution Chamber. Like, he could easily take a 4th. There it is. I am
yeah.
a man of the future. And yeah, so this is wild.
Are you future dunks?
Oh yeah, man.
It's like future trunks, but with your name.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem, buddy. Damn, I can't believe, and now it's just gone back to being a calm ass game again.
Yeah, but okay, so I totally wrote Shuyi out of last game, and I was like, ooh, Papa Panda's done a lot of damage. I don't know how this is gonna go. But like,
Yeah.
now, if she comes back from this, that would be insane. Like, she doesn't even have a starport right now. Like, she's got a ton of Marines, but like every stim is doing damage to them, right? Like, because she doesn't have any medevacs or anything. So like, she
Yeah.
stimmed to clean up the creep, which is fine. I mean, it makes the Marines do more damage and everything. But now they're permanently wounded until she can eventually kind of get that out. And she's got
Yeah.
a base and a half of saturation. So even if she wanted to like switch a starport onto a reactor here, I just, oh, holy Papa Panda is just
With
completely
3 more
expanded.
bases.
Jesus. Oh my god. And
But
yeah, I don't know. I think Papa Panda just knows that he's at such a high supply comparatively. Probably doesn't exactly know that it's, basically double, but I think he's very happy to the position that he's in.
I don't see how he couldn't be. Maybe it's a little painful to him that he couldn't close it out right there, but that's just his pride talking. That's just your pride talking, Papa Panda. Don't take it personally.
Neo, thank you for the follow, man. I was going to try and pronounce it, but then I didn't. So, thanks for the follow, my dude. Really appreciate that. So yeah, she's just like, oh, this happens every game, Like I lose all my workers and then I build them back up again, and this is a normal game. We're playing this out, man. So she's building up. She's taking her gases. She's getting upgrades. Taking a fourth base, man. The tenacity. Terran players, you can't find anything like it. They're just resilient. They're cut from another cloth, man.
Cut from a lame cloth.
Oh, that was uncalled for. You have to be in the balance wine, if you want to say that, Maddie.
All I'm saying is that people who play Terran are like people who play human in World of Warcraft. Like, let's go.
I never played World of Warcraft.
No, I know, but if you played a game where there were like a bunch of different races and stuff, would you play a human warrior?
Probably.
I feel like you would.
I probably would have. I probably would have been human, to be honest. Yeah. Or maybe like elf. Or can you be half elf in World of Warcraft?
No.
Because that's normally my go-to, so that I can be like a little risky, but not really that risky.
It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy, but my brain is old and slow.
So Papa Panda dove there, and he got a tank, which was good. He lost a fair amount of stuff, but I mean, obviously he can lose things. Like he's got so many bases. He's at the 83 workers. I'm not sure if he's gonna drone anymore. Probably not. And now I guess he could treat Shi like those killbots from Futurama, and just can
Then
just
wave
keep.
after wave of my own minute.
Like that's really all, right? Like she could just keep sending units over and over and over again, and eventually, or sorry, Papa Panda can, and then eventually she'll die probably. Like I just don't think that she can remax nearly as fast as he can. He doesn't have that much gas though, Papa Panda.
Built the
He's
hatches, but he forgot to build the extractors.
Yeah, he's got 8 gases going, all as much as possible, and even an oversaturation one, which I know if you oversaturate minerals, you get a little bit more minerals, but I don't think oversaturating gas does anything. I'm not 100% on that one.
Part of me wants to say that having 4 on a gas is okay, but to be honest, that might be wrong.
Yeah. So Ling run by here, and this is okay. Wait, Ling run by, and at the same time Roach is moving in on the army. So she's got to be able to split her army, but like she's actually kind of not anymore. She was kind of caught in supply, and then now it's plummeting, which makes complete sense. So like these tanks are gonna do a little bit of damage, and like she can try stimming in. But these Lings are really destroying this mineral line. She has split her units so that...
Thought the Infestor was going to do something.
No, no.
He was just a move.
Well, I don't even know if Papa Panda is building these Infestors on purpose. Like, he does like... Like, he builds Infestors a lot, but maybe the Infestor hotkey is close to something else. It doesn't look like it on my keyboard, but Papa Panda is from Taiwan, so he might not even play with, like, a normal QWERTY keyboard. And he might have changed it up, or maybe it's different on the grid, like I don't even know. Oh hey, Poon's here. Hey,
I see that.
We just got
Hello, Poon.
we got a couple of raids, and normally not this many people watch us, but we appreciate everyone who's taken the time to do that. You're all the best. Okay, so Ling run by, I don't think it's really going to do that much. It's good that Papa Panda has pulled away. On the other side, though, like, he's just doing a pretty good job of what we were talking about in the last game, of attacking in multiple positions, because it's hard to defend more than one place. Yeah, it's like, because multitasking is not actually a real thing, right? Like, your screen has to be in a certain position. So good cleanup here by Shi, and actually pretty good cleanup on the other side, too. So nice defenses and we're actually looking at a relatively even supply.
Man, I didn't expect it to go that way at all. But we have some infestors now with the army. We have lurkers. Do we have? We have a hive, so we have hive tech coming out.
Yeah, so that's why the lurker upgrade, whichever one that is, I have no idea. Oh, and a Dropalord coming out now. I say this every time we cast Papa Panda, but Papa Panda is the only person to ever queen drop me in multiple locations, and it was so funny. Like he just put a bunch of queens into Dropalords and then sent them to every one of my bases, and I won that game. But it was very funny. I really enjoyed it. He,
That's it takes a lot of
chutzpah.
chutzpah
Yeah.
to do that. That's yeah.
Okay, so she's moving in, and I like this pre-split. Oh, that was actually a huge
Fungal.
fungal,
Oh
though.
my god.
And looks like the lurkers should clean this up. She's still got another scan, and the tanks are doing a pretty good job of zoning out the army here. She did lose a lot of the bile, though, and I think going home probably is the best choice. Papa Panda's got the weirdest run by at the north here with a ton of
Yeah, I
lings, 2
see it
lurkers,
coming
and
in.
1 infestor, just like waddling along.
Leaving his gross trail of slime behind him.
Oh, and he's
then
pulling the
infestor.
infestor back. He's just hoping out of this.
They're well, you know what they say about infestors. They don't have very much health.
90? Yeah, that's not that much. I honestly almost never see infestors, but I play pretty exclusively mech in Terran vs. Zerg. And oh, there was a lurker Dropalord on the production. So 2
Oh
lurkers
my
are on the
god.
production right now. Papa Panda is just such a smart player. Or
It's
brave, I don't know
it's
which
like
one it is.
creative. I don't know, creative and foolish and
Yeah.
smart. It's a mixture of all these strange
Oh,
things.
and a yoink from the Vipers.
Oh,
So Papa
I'd
Panda
love to
doesn't.
see the Nidus come back into play here at this point.
I think
But
a
I mean,
Nidus
he's
would be a
doing.
good idea. Yeah.
Well, I think he's doing a really great job being in multiple places without it. It's just like for style points, you know.
Yeah. He hasn't really been spreading any creep either. He's actually not building anything at all. If you look at the production tab, he just yoinked those tanks, but I think all it did really is bring them closer to shell. You know, like that was a pretty big fungal actually.
On the medevacs.
Yeah, and another chain. I don't think it's gonna actually get them. And this investor's just chilling. And wow, look at Shiyi's production compared to Papa Panda's production.
Yeah. Why is this happening?
I don't know. This is
That's-
Terran and Zerg for you, I guess. No, now I need to be in the balanced wine.
Yeah, right. I
the
guess.
balanced wine chat. Okay, so unfortunately, Papa Panda is sending his entire run by into Shiyi's army, but there is a weird lurker flank. So burrow them.
they're
Oh,
gonna-
there you go. There's the burrow. That's gonna be that entire mineral line, and there's still an infestor. Papa Panda must be building these accidentally.
No, it must be on purpose. Maybe he's got a rhythm to it. You know, every fifth keystroke he builds an infestor that can throw a fungal and then run away from downtown.
Man, lurker range is actually insane. Obviously, you need the upgrade.
He
so
has
it's
the
not
upgrade.
Like, yeah, it's exactly. It's not like I'm upset by this or anything. And then there's just the one infestor
You
that
sound
watches.
a little upset. Oh, but he got the fungal.
Okay, so now another run by, but she's already floating that base away. Again, Papa Panda really doesn't have any creep spread, but I don't know if, like, again, I don't play Zerg. I don't know how much creep spread would really help in this situation. Probably wouldn't. Probably actually would help a lot, eh?
I mean, it helped with map vision, but she hasn't really been moving out at this point. She's, for good reason, on the defensive.
Parasitic Bomb on the medevacs, and it's actually, like, they're all so clumped. Like, all of that, the
boy.
flying units just went down, I think. Like, there was a couple of Vikings there. Oh, and there is more Dropalords in the main. Man, this game's so hard to keep track of what's happening. The 4th base is down. This is just insane from both players. I like how even they are, you know, more or less. And it's almost like she's going to lose her main another time. You know, like, God, that's a lot of production that is being halted.
Oh no.
Papa Panda's gonna lose these Dropalords though if he's not careful. Run, Dropalords, run!
Well,
I'm
we're
glad.
seeing some final upgrades coming into play for the for Zerg Papa Panda. I forgot his name for a moment. Nothing personnel kid.
I'm glad to hear that Daisy thinks that I sound like me, I guess. Oh, hey, these lurkers are on hold position. Oh, that was so awesome. I'm so glad I saw that on stream. Uh, so, do you know the hold position meme, Maddie?
No.
Okay, so if you have the lurkers on hold position, then they won't actually fire until you take it off of hold position. So, uh,
Oh,
they basically the army will then walk over them, and there we go. We're moving on to game number
three.
3 in this best of
Damn.
3.
Starting to see more and more.
Okay, it's stop fire, not hold position. It's fine. I don't play Zerg.
Jeez, Jeff.
Yeah, I
You
know
look so foolish.
I'm bad. I'm a baddie.
Hardwire, let's go.
This is the one with the Reaper jump up spot, I think, that was probably not part of the map, but or was not meant to be part of the map, but is. Okay, so we're at a 1-1, best of 3. Spawning in the bottom left, the red Terran player. It is Shuyi.
And spawning in the top right, the blue Zerg player. It is Papa Panda. What do you think? Are we going to see something funny happen
I don't know.
early
I
game
was
this time?
wondering if we were going to see some cheese, but Shuyi looks. I mean, there's no SCVs on the map yet, so I guess not. And I don't know if I've ever actually seen her cheese before. I'm sure she does, but you know. And then Papa Panda is a relatively aggressive Zerg. Like he is known for his cheeky pools, so perhaps we will see an early cheeky pool again. And there it is, yeah. So not the earliest of pools, but
No, sir.
still there. But she dealt with it pretty well. I wonder if Papa Panda is going to instead go for like early roaches or something, because those quick lings didn't do anything last game, really. Obviously, it did delay the CC a little bit because she built it on the high ground, but I don't think that that's enough for Zerg. I don't know, though. Don't play Zerg.
You play against Zerg.
I do play against Zerg, that's true. And when they early pool me, I always open reactored Marines anyways, so it doesn't matter. You know, like I'm fine. I exclusively open reactored Marines. So if you hit me on ladder, yeah, and you're a Zerg player, I'm gonna open reactored Marines, most likely.
You're telling your secret to dozens of people, Jeff.
This actually is the most amount of people that have ever heard me talk about StarCraft, I think. I'm glad that we all enjoy the game. So Shi comes
No.
in, she sees that it is a pool before the hatch. She may have confirmed that there's a third base down. Mm, I don't. I didn't see if she saw that. She went for the high ground CC again. It's a fine call. Nothing wrong with that. But Papa Panda is not actually committing to this. So, like, this Reaper should be able to take down both of these Lings relatively easily. And I don't know exactly why, like, you would go for this fast pool into like macro hatches unless this is going to be like a Ling flood or something. Papa Panda did pull off gas for a little bit, and now he's kind of put back into it. So we'll see how the Reaper control goes again.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out. I'm not too familiar with, you know, three hatches that quickly. Although I guess the Terran technically has two bases, so it's not like
It's not
not
insanely
like he's
fast or
only.
anything.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But okay, so she just gets the whole scout there, so she knows that there's no like cheeky roach warren or anything, just kind of hanging out. I think she saw almost all the creep that could have been seen, so I mean that's good for her. On ladder, I do sometimes see people that take really fast third bases and then Ling Flood or Baneling bust me. You know, like,
Right.
and
Sure.
again, I'm not Oh yeah, tons of links. Okay, so that I guess that is what we're gonna see. So she should definitely see and know that something aggressive is coming because that is not a drone count. Like there's no drones on the natural, so like that's a big tell. And she hasn't tried to move down yet. Like she's going Hellions. As long as she doesn't lose these Hellions, which might actually happen because the Hellions are on the move.
Ooh.
Uh, can
Ooh.
Papa Panda get the wrap around? Oh,
Oh.
okay. So at least she closed the wall. So she closed the wall. This is basically the best case scenario because I definitely thought those links were getting in. And she's pulled a lot of boys. I don't know if you need to pull this many. That's a lot of the boys to be pulled. But once the Hellions start like firing, her SimCity's almost hurting her in this regard. But like it's fine. She's fine. That could have been so much worse.
Yeah, it looked like that's probably the end of what we're gonna see from the Lings, and now I guess we'll expect some tech from the Zerg. What are we looking at here? Or is he gonna? Oh
Well,
wait,
did you see what upgrade Papa Panda is researching?
he is researching Burrow, and you
So
know I'm excited.
yeah, so maybe he heard your prayers and is about to do some Roach Burrow because today, obviously these guys played long before today, but today in the DreamHack Winter Finals, I think it is what it was. There was two Zergs, Dark and Rogue, playing, and one of them went for burrowed roaches, and I don't remember who it was anymore. I was only absent-mindedly watching it today because today was a
All
holiday,
right.
so I didn't go to work. But we got to see it, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I I'd love to, as much as I'd love to see burrowed roaches. If it's not something Papa Panda normally does, I'd hate to see him use it in game 3 of an elimination match. But
Just to make you
uh,
happy.
he is the maddest of lads. Yeah, just to make me happy. It's all for you, Maddie.
I mean, he did say that he watches every VOD, so you know.
I remember him saying that. Well, he was the one that wanted to play on Blackburn, right? I think he's the one that got that going. Him and
No, that
who's his
was
opponent that we?
GFG and Xanity did that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was. Yeah, my bad.
Mm. Hey, the cell. I think we're gonna cast your. We can cast your game next, I guess. Unless we're feeling not a Terran versus Zerg, then we'll do yours last. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we got a couple of lucky raids, and now people are subjected to our subpar casting. She's going for 5 racks a little bit faster than I would, but I don't really play this style all that much. I learned this relative build, you know, like fast third CC, because I was like, I'm going to play bio. I want to play like Clem. And then I was like, this is really hard. I'm not going to play bio like Clem anymore. So I then went back to just playing loser mech, you know.
Easy mech.
It's not it's quite, I mean, like, to each his own, right? But I find mech against Zerg incredibly easy. But I did queue into a 4700 yesterday morning, and he just wiped the floor with me, and I was very frustrated. But you know, I lost and still got masters, so who can
I
be upset with that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't be upset with being masked.
Okay, so one Banshee dies there, unfortunately, without even getting a shot off. So that's like essentially the exact opposite of what you want. And there is a Spire. Super weird Spire placement. I think Papa Panda is really hoping that, like, it's almost like you hide it in plain sight, because then your opponent's never going to look for it. Because, like, if you scan behind the mineral lines, or if you, like, I guess if you scan the natural, you see it no matter what, but just like a Hellion run by could see this, so I feel like that's kind of like the hide it in plain sight sort of thing.
Oh, I know what you're saying for sure.
Okay, so Zerglings are getting into the main, but I don't think they actually killed any Lings. Maybe like one Ling went down there? Or one SCV went down? I'm not sure, actually. So, relatively wounded workers, but Shii's medevacs are really putting in the work. That does take energy that they're not going to have for when the army clashes, though, which is kind of frustrating. Like, as a Terran player, I always hate that. And Papa Panda is building 4 Overlords, so maybe he's planning on just swarming now. 9 mutas at one time, spending all his gas. Holy crap.
Let's go. I was also. I just want to say that I was today years old when I learned that medevacs expend energy to heal units. Had
Dave
no
Kista, thanks for the follow, man. And
had no
yes,
idea.
really? What, do you think they just did it?
Yeah, I just thought it was something they could do.
That's pretty funny. Okay, so the armies are 2 ships in the night here. Looks like, wait, Papa Panda gonna get in again? Oh, nice close. That was like right at the last minute. She had to have had that hotkeyed. Sick timing. Still a pretty good trade, though. Unfortunately, they're all going to die here. But on the other side, the mutas are coming in, and there is no missile turrets again. Man,
Ooh.
Papa Panda loves his muta surprise. And looks like it's just a big swarm here. Try to get as much of it in the shot as possible. Muta's doing damage here. Ling's running by on the third base. Yeah, almost
Ooh.
I think all the SCVs of the main died.
Yeah, more than 20 kills between those mutas.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
sure is a lot of SCVs going down. And Papa Panda's going to get out, because that's the frustrating thing, you know? It's like stand and fight coward, but obviously the mutas aren't going to do that because that's not their role, right? Like, they don't fight
Yeah.
entire Terran army. And, like, Shiyi is up in army supply, but she just doesn't really have an answer to these mutas because she looks like she's maybe panic F2ing or panic sending her army. And Papa Panda's going for the add-ons, which we had talked about. That's pretty good because she has to rebuild those, and then it makes her lose that production cycle.
Great idea. Just endless value coming from these gross flying guys.
They are gross, I agree.
I think they're pretty. I don't understand how they fly.
Uh,
It's
I
such an awkward movement cycle.
I
Like
could
the
be
animation, I mean?
yeah. I could be wrong because like they fly in space, right, where there would be no atmosphere for them to like be like doing their wings kind of thing. But I thought that it was lore that they fly by farting. But I could be that could just be a meme that I believed. You know, like I don't actually know.
No, I think that's canon now.
So she's gonna go for a push here, and she's got like half the workers, but she does have mules, which all good Terran players love. She's making a fourth base planetary, which also all great Terran players love. When I'm feeling like particularly under pressure, I've now started just getting a third base planetary as well. Like if I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. You're gonna keep attacking me, I'm just gonna get a third base planetary. Which hurts because you don't get the mules, you know, but then you feel
Yeah.
like you've really stuck it to your opponent, you know? And then you likely
Yeah.
lose those games.
Uh, might likely lose every game.
So the mutas are waiting for well, I guess to jump or attack or whatever. Pretty big Widow Mine shot there. Gets the mass repair on the bunker, but these Banelings are just kind of roll in and kill everything. She's got a pretty big army though on the other side of the map. I guess we're in full base trade here.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the mutas have stayed behind to try and wreck up the place, but the banelings are coming to try and probably collapse behind the
Yeah, the Banelings
Terran.
are the big scary part. Like if that was a huge
Yeah.
Widow Mine shot. Holy crap. But as long as she doesn't eat these Baneling shot, she's kind of eating them, I guess. Now there's a
The
bit of
Marauders
splitting.
took quite a few. I think the Marauders holding up the rear helped her out a fair
Absolutely.
amount. Like,
Putting the
there's a lot
Marauders.
of. Oh my God!
Oh, no way, she did it.
It's
Congratulations to
over.
Shi. Nicely done. That was
Congrats.
So Shi moves on to the what do you call it? She moves on to the playoffs. That's awesome. Man, that was the scrappiest game ever.
That was pretty crazy.
Okay, let's see. Do you want to do another Terran versus Zerg, or do you want to do Zerg versus Zerg?
Oh, Zerg versus Zerg.
Okay,
For
sounds
sure.
good. The matchup that we know the least about.
Hell yeah.
When everyone's watching us and we feel self-conscious. But yeah, Papa Panda is the king of chaos. You're absolutely right. He's so chaotic and so difficult to deal with. I think he's super fun to watch, and it's too bad he's out of the tournament. But I hope that he plays in Season 4, which there will be a Season 4. If anyone is interested in playing in this tournament and you are Diamond and Under, we'd be happy to have you. There's a little Discord link that you can join, and then I just kind of do it manually. I don't have bots because I don't know how to use them. So, spawning in the top right, playing for Risen from the Ashes, it is Xanity. Or the Risen Community, maybe that's what that's called.
And his opponent, the Red Zerg, playing for PT Hero, it is tagged once.
Yeah, now in this tournament, actually, Tagged has had a fair amount of Zerg players. She played at least one Zerg in the round of 32, and obviously she's played um, Xanady, but we don't really see a lot of mirror matchups, mainly because I don't really find them all that interesting. And this one seems to be, as I think it was Pig that described it, as just a knife fight in a phone booth. So,
Oh,
well,
Zerg versus Zerg?
yeah, Zerg versus Zerg. So I don't know exactly how. Maybe this is going to be real aggressive. I'm not sure. Oh, tags a guy. All right. Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Both Zerg going for a hatch first. Doesn't mean a heck of a lot. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see a drone rush with a Spore Crawler, which
Uh,
is my favorite part of Zed vs. Zed.
Somebody did that today in the Masters. It was either Dark did that to Rogue or Rogue did it to Dark or whatever. But then when they
Okay.
realized the other person was pool firsting, they sent their unit, like their workers, back to work. It was pretty funny.
That's
Uh,
unfortunate.
I had it on mute, so I didn't actually hear what everyone was saying. But that was just how I interpreted the events. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he saw something else. But I was pretty sure that's what it was. And it was pretty humorous. Tomorrow, I'm pretty excited for the games tomorrow because Cyril and Maru are in the same group, and well, even though Maru's
Ooh.
been having a little bit of trouble recently, I still love to watch Maru play.
How's Cyril these days?
Cyril's doing well. He won he won the Europe circuit of the DreamHack
Okay.
Masters Winter. Oh wait, or Did he lose to Clem? Now I can't remember. He beat Clem. Clem went down to the losers, and they played again in the finals. And actually, not sure who won. Now that I've just said that out loud.
Damn.
But either way, he was in the finals. I think he's still a very strong player.
I have no reason to believe he wouldn't be.
Yeah. I don't think that you're bad. You played very well in those, and I'm very happy you made it because I thought that you lost, and I was sad that another Terran wasn't in the playoffs. So we have another Terran.
Whoa, two Terran.
Well, we only have one Terran right now. Our last one will be Cell versus Elori, and whoever wins that one will move in. And
Oh, I
uh,
thought you said that a Terran already moved on.
no, we have 4 Protoss, and then we have 11 the Zerg and
Uh,
Shi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Four Protoss. I don't know why. I don't know how I equated four Protoss to a second Terran, but that's what happened.
So Tagged once has that third base, and Xanity's third base is just coming down now. Tagged has the Overlord over it. I mean, honestly, everyone, I apologize greatly. We haven't done yours yet, Cell. You're next, so you're going to be the last one of the night. Um, but yeah, we don't know this matchup very well. We're probably just going to talk about nothing for a while, but we can also talk about what's happening on the screen. So Xanity's got a couple of slow lings, speed just finishing now, but I think it's less lings than what Tagged has. Nice pickoff, though. So he did grab that singular Zergling, and Tag's just running across the map. I'm assuming that, like,
It
they're...
is far fewer lings than Tagged has.
Well, I'm assuming that the idea behind this, right, is that the Tag's going to try and go and cancel the third base? Yeah.
That's
And
probably it.
at the same time, Xanady probably is going to run in and try and cancel the third base, but Tag's is already finished, so that means that Tag can't get a cancel. Like, it's just a kill. But Xanady doesn't have very many lings. I thought he had way more. I don't know how I said that these
He's
were very similar.
got Banelings,
Yeah,
so
he's got
he's a
two
little
just chilling.
farther along on tech, then I don't think there's any Baneling nest for
so
Tagged yet.
that was like 2 Banelings for like 6 lings, which probably isn't the worst of trades. Tagged his build a Roach Warren and 16 lings, so like aggression after aggression, I suppose. I guess that's that whole knife fight, phone booth kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, once you start a knife fight, you kind of have to finish it. It's not something you walk away from.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience,
Ooh, that was a huge Baneling hit in the middle of the map. So Tag's
Ooh.
playing from the Philippines, I believe. So that means that he's probably got a fair amount of lag here. And dodging these Baneling hits will probably be relatively difficult. Again, not a Zerg player, don't know how hard it is, but it just seems challenging. Another relatively big Baneling hit. And it's just like, let's
I
agree
think
not
he's
to get very many workers and just keep sending Zerglings at each other. Like...
let's let's agree to stick to hatchery units and just drag this game out.
I mean, Tagged is going for a lair, and Tagged has roaches and is getting the +1, uh, what is it, ranged kind of thing. But like Tagged's been doing a good job of not letting Xanady really kind of keep that third base, at least without having to defend it. But on the other side, Tagged's not really building drones for his third base, so it's like neither of them have a working third base, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Xanady's gonna pick this queen up.
He picked up one already. I mean, picking up a couple of queens is a lot of value from just a couple zerglings.
Oh, Tagged's in the main. I was like, how is Xanady losing workers? But it was because Tagged was in the main of Xanady. So Xanady's
Yes,
losing.
sir.
Xanady's losing a fair amount of workers, but Tagged is actually still behind in workers. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? I guess the lair probably was specifically for two missile attacks. Yeah, that's what it's called. And roach speed. So Xanady's grabbing these roaches by themselves, which definitely is good because roaches can kind of fight lings, but not in these like small numbers. Lings want to get the surround, which Xanady could get with a little bit of micro. Yeah, there's the surround. And I like focusing down the drones, but I think these lings are dead. Oh, never mind. They can totally bamboozle their way out. That wasn't the best of Baneling hits. I like Tag split off two Zerglings to try and like bait that Baneling hit, which he got.
Nice. That's quite a bit of value to be found in screwing up your opponent's Baneling hits, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess obviously because it costs extra to morph the Baneling, just 2 lings isn't good enough. I don't know how many makes it worth it. I'm sure somebody does know, and if they want to tell us, that'd be great. But they don't have to. It's not like it's your job or anything. But like that looked like 7 Zerglings just died for 1 Baneling. I'm gonna say that was probably definitely worth. Like Xanady likes that. Like 7 seems like a lot. And I also like how Xanady's just getting a ton of spine crawlers because it's like, all right, Tagged is going to be super aggressive. Xanady's going for the surprise spire and probably just try to survive until then because Tagged doesn't really have anything that can shoot up other than queens.
I do like Xanady's positioning. He's got some like randomly placed Banelings holding position along the edge of the creep too, in case there's any more ground units that come in.
Yeah, I don't think that
I think he's in a
Banelings.
pretty strong position.
Yeah, I mean the Banelings. I don't think are going to do that much damage against roaches if roaches walk, and there is actually a
No,
lot of roaches, but.
there are.
Xanady just kind of takes that third base out and then runs away. This is a fair amount of roaches, and they do have +2 attack. So this is what I would think is a bit of a scary attack. Oh.
They should be. I mean, with only Lings and Banelings to defend, right? At the moment, then oh, and spines.
Yeah, there's a
But
bit of static D.
yeah,
Those, I mean, Banelings obviously are not good against the armored of roaches, but like they were pretty clumped, so they did hit pretty much as well as possible. Looks like Tag is trying to do a little bit of splitting now, and I like how Xanady is pulling the workers away. Maybe slightly too late, but I guess if he felt like he could hold that position, he doesn't really want to give it up. With the mutas out, Tagged is running away, or I guess repositioning. I don't know. There's a lot of spines, man. Xanady really went for the.
he invested heavily in static D. You know, would be interested not to just see the roaches run past them.
Yeah. So
Maybe
like.
look to see how many drones they can pick up in the main here.
Yeah. So a lot of drones are going down. I guess this is the problem with static D is that it's static, of course. Queen block pretty sick. I think if I was tagged. Oh, actually, no. I think Tag is doing a great job. That's so many drones that have gone down. Like, even if Xanady, I guess, when Xanady cleans this up, because obviously Xanady will be able to clean it up. Not sure if Xanady wants to stay in this game, but when Xanady cleans this up, as long as Tagged has spores across the map, which he's got one, so not a super great muted defense right now. But I don't know. Sanity's broke. He's broke as a joke. Look at how many
Oof.
minerals he's got.
Yeah.
He's basically got these mutas, and I mean mutas are good. We've seen them do things in other series that we've been playing, but like or been casting. But I really don't think that this is going to go his way.
Yeah, I don't think mutas are going to do much for his economy, just which is where he's really hurting. Um,
Oh, it's tagged. Yeah, because
I'm surprised he'd stay. I mean, it's the first game. I'm surprised he'd continue to play it out, but pretty late in the tournament, might as well try and bounce back, right?
yeah, I can't believe that he's gonna keep this hatchery alive. So I mean, good for him.
It's the little victories.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe Xanady actually mained as Terran before or something, like and that's why he's still in the game.
Oh, I see. So he's used to just staying in an
Yeah,
absurdly long amount of
staying in a
time.
really long time and then winning. If she taught us anything, because that was those are pretty sick games. Um, so yeah, I guess we'll follow these mutas around, but like Tag now has Spore Forest. I guess it's not actually too many spores, but like four spores, a bunch of high energy queens. Like this is not. Oh, it's way more than four. There's three at the third base. Like this is not gonna do what Xanady wants it to do. And Tagged is going for a Nidus worm, and he's got an overseer in position. So I think that that'll probably be the nail in the coffin. Like that's how you bypass these spines. And Xanady's even relocating them. Did I tell you I can't remember now. Maybe like a month ago, I beat a GM Zerg on total luck. Like we queued into each other, and it was like, why is this happening? Like, there has to be someone closer MMR than me, kind of thing. But we tried our best, kind of thing. And he built a ton of spores because I like to do that, like reactor Marines into like a drop into BC into a Hellbat push. That's kind of like what I like to do. And he
Yep.
saw it coming, built a bunch of spines, and then repositioned them right as I was coming up the ramp. And then he was like, "That lost me the game," and it was like, "I guess it did." Like I'm very happy that this happened, kind of thing. I'll never beat you ever again, kind of thing. But like it's just like so as Xanady was repositioning those, that was what I was thinking about. But it doesn't really matter because. Here comes the mutas, and the queens have so much energy that I feel like they shouldn't die. Even the banelings kind of like running into them doesn't have enough DPS to kill them, and Xanady's going to lose basically all of his structures other than the infestation pit, and GG gets called.
Yep. GG from both competitors. Couldn't remember the word.
Competitors?
I don't think I wanted to say competitors. But that's the only one I could think.
Yeah, players, I guess. I don't
Players
know
is
what you're looking
fine.
for, yeah.
I was gonna say both opponents, and I was like, well, technically right. Just sounds stupid.
No,
All
that's
right,
your
let's
old man
go.
brain.
That's my old man brain, just using weird words.
Okay, so currently down 0-1, playing for the Risen community, it is the teal Zerg player, Xanady.
And in the top left, currently up 1-0, representing PT Hero. It is tagged once. Cheese. That's a quite an early pool for Xanady.
That was a really early pool, and I believe Tagged is a relatively aggressive Zerg. Like because I am also in Platinum Heroes, and there is I'm not exactly sure how high, but a Canadian Zerg player who I think is GM named Oiltown, and Tagged has beaten Oiltown, presumably off of aggression. But I guess I'm not sure. Maybe they played real long macro games and Tagged is just a god, but you know.
Possibility.
Either way, Xanady is the one that's being aggressive here. No gas yet, so maybe you are going to see that drone pull that you were looking for.
No, I don't think so. He's got he's got lings. Although you do need the pool, but I would have thought the you kind of just leave with the drones once you have enough minerals to build 2 spines or something like that.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I believe that what could happen is you build a bunch of lings and then you leave maybe like 2 or 3 drones so that they can keep mining so that you can do a follow up if need be, and then you
Right.
send the rest of your workers. Uh, Obviously, that's not what's happening, and Tag's Overlord didn't stay home, totally fine, and it's going to see the 6 lings rushing to his base. So I'm not sure exactly what you do in this situation, especially because
Well,
there's nothing, right?
there's no pool. You can't build any attacking units, like no queens, no lings. So
Do you have to cancel this hatchery? Tag did not cancel it, so I guess double queen and as many zerglings as you can afford. Oh, and pulling the drones. Okay, that's about half of the drones being pulled. Lots of lost mining time here. Nice pullback on the drones, but that was also a nice pullback on the zerglings. I don't think that no zerglings have gone down yet. Nice little drone drill, I think is what that's called.
when you stack them,
Yeah,
I think that you're correct.
yeah,
He's
man.
gonna lose probably the rest of his lings.
Yeah, I think that Tag should be able to pick this Ling up. Xanity doing his darndest to be annoying here. I mean, Tag's not building anything, so like Xanity, while Xanity is being annoying, he's actually building things behind this. He's keeping this alive. He's kind of taking Tag's APM away, and Tag's floating a little bit. O-tagged is supply block. That's why. So
Ah,
a little rough.
yeah, Xanity continuing to produce army units. I guess not yet ready to transition back into building drones, but probably looking that way now. Oh, or I'm just wrong. Oh, see if these lings move out. It's impossible to tell. This guy just keeps you guessing.
He just wants to entertain the fans. That's all he wants to do.
That's what it's all about.
Mm, Xanity actually, he was in the top 8 of the Diamond League champion, the DLC. I don't think he made it further than that though, but I'm not 100% sure. Uh, Xanity's speed is going to be so much faster than Tag's, but Tagged has significantly more Zerglings, 15 more Zerglings. So, I mean, I guess speed doesn't do anything for you if you only have 2 lings. Oh, but if you morph them into Banelings, there's a chance that they get a huge connection.
The
I guess,
bold strategy.
yeah, I mean, I guess we're in a macro game again. I mean, I really have no idea.
The third base for tagged. I don't think that I would personally feel that secure, but I have no doubt that he knows much better than me when he should be building that third base. And he has scouted that there's not a third base for Xanity, so yeah, trying to do his best to just keep playing his game.
I mean, that's all you can do, right? Is play your best game, play what you're comfortable with, and Tagged is gonna see this one Baneling spawning. I think that Baneling is gonna finish though. Trying to get those juicy Baneling hits. One Baneling for one Baneling, good trade for both people. No one's really above in that situation. And yeah, I mean, I guess Tag takes a little bit more map control. We can say that. Tag's gotta be really careful of the singular Baneling, but Tag, I don't didn't see how many Zerglings that was. Now Xanity has to be careful, man. Like this is such an interesting matchup where it's just like, don't get hit by the Baneling whack-a-mole kind of thing. Like you're the mole almost. You don't want to get hit by the Baneling hammer.
Don't be the mole.
I love this because like,
I
wait,
think that was mostly friendly fire,
I
to
think
be
that was
honest.
too. I think Tagged accidentally exploded that because that didn't look like that hit anything.
And I think an earlier engagement also was by and large friendly fire on the side of tagged.
Well, because there's a... Oh, that was big, though. That
Ooh,
was a lot.
that was solid. That was a good one. Oh yeah. Okay.
But Xanity's still coming, and morphing Banelings in Xanity's face is definitely not what you want to do as Tag, because This is probably 2 canceled banelings, I would oh. Okay, so 2 canceled banelings, but he did explode a baneling on them, so it's kind of like, you know, 1 for 1. And Xanity's got 2 roaches across the map. I don't know. Oh no, there's more roaches coming. Transforms it into Ravager, super cheeky, but that dies. Trying to transform the other one. I mean, this is definitely a good use against Tag, right? Because Tag doesn't want to let these Ravagers finish, but then if you're fighting the Ravager Cocoon, then the Ravager pops, or you're not fighting the Ravager Cocoon, the Ravager pops, and it pops with full HP, which I think is bull, but what are you going to do?
I know. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna take it to the Discord chat
And balance wine there.
and just bounce one there. Exactly right. Quite a squad of roaches.
Yeah, so Queen goes down there. Tag's getting his own roaches, and I like how Tagged is now Spine Crawler Man with 4 spines somewhere. How's? Oh no,
Oh
3.
wow.
One of them got canceled, and the
I
third
see.
base gets canceled. Xanity's army is looking pretty scary here.
It is. Both players have
Oh, Baneling's
the
in the mate.
first.
Oh, Bane's in the natural.
Oh,
12 lings go down. Or sorry, 12 drones go down, and a lot of really hurt Zerglings for or not Zerglings. Damn it,
drones.
drones.
Yeah. Crazy.
I
There's
didn't even.
trades happening all over the place.
Yeah, this is
Um,
it's a little bit too much for my terrible observing to keep up with.
um, see that Xanity was able to keep his third base though, which we'll recall he took a little bit later than did Tagged.
Yeah, so Tagged is attacking in the main right now. Xanity just F2'd, and now there is a relatively
Is
large
that
roach run by at the third base, cleaning up some drones, got a queen, and is actually just moving out. So Tagg's not even being greedy here. I like this.
damn super conservative?
Four Zerglings morphing in Xanity's natural. That is enough to one. Well, I mean, obviously you need 2 to one-shot drones. So a bit of a roach skirmish, probably to kind of like distract Xanity, and then I imagine that these Zerglings or Banelings are just gonna go straight into the nat. Let's see, 4 drones go down, 7, one more, yeah, 11.
Ooh,
Man, Tag, I was thinking this might be a little closer, but I mean, Tag's not looking great for supply. Xanity is higher, but I do like how Tag is really stretching the multitasking of Xanity.
yeah, he's really giving it his all here, and he's gonna get a great concave at the top of the ramp. He's gonna get more roaches or ravagers than he should. No, he's gonna tuck tail.
Yeah, it just there was definitely the chance to, but the numbers were a little overwhelming. Even fighting here, I
That's
don't know.
true.
I think Tag just
Yeah.
feels like that, he has to fight here. But like again, I don't think that was a great fight. The reinforcements though are kind of cleaning this up. They've picked colors that somehow look really similar to me, but I think that's just because I'm an old man with terrible eyes.
Roaches look the same no matter what color you choose, because
Yeah.
they're
It's got like
still
the smallest.
primarily black.
Yeah, right. Like it's got the smallest amount of blue and the smallest amount of red.
That's
So
just part of Zerg being imbalanced. Blizzard, please make them brighter colored.
yeah, Blizzard, please do something. This is a lot of Ravengers, and I think can Xanity see them? Yes, he can. So he's gonna go for the Overlords. Oh, and Tag's gonna go for Xanity's Overlord. You need 4 to one-shot, I'm pretty sure. I only know that because Poon and I used to play Archon Zerg, and I
Oh,
would
really?
yeah, I would run around ravaging down Overlords. That was my job, and Poon would do everything else. It was pretty
That's
fun.
funny. Ooh, a combination between the level 2 missile upgrade and some spine crawlers is gonna make this pretty strong defense on the side of Tagged, I
Yeah,
think.
Xanity anti-timing himself. If he waited like 10 seconds, that upgrade, because the upgrade's finishing as he's running away,
Oh,
and like
damn, yeah.
it's hard to keep track of that. Like I
It
know that
sure is.
that's something that we would be like in the pros to be like, I can't believe he did that, but like I very much believe he did that. Like I anti-timing myself all the time.
Anti-timing, yeah.
Yeah, I think Artosis was the one that first called it the anti-timing, but I could be wrong.
Interested to see, or I will be interested to see which of these players opts to take a fourth base first, but I guess they're heavily engaged in
they
skirmishes all over the map, so
they love the mid game, like a
they sure
lot.
do. They're all about that ramp, I guess.
Yeah, old Zerg bears, they love the mid
I didn't even know we were calling them Zerg Bears.
game. I recently rewatched Arrested Development. Even the
Oh,
fourth
did you?
season, I hated it when it first came out, but I was okay with it now. I don't know if I've just oh, what was that? Tag just sent a bunch of Baneling run-bys at the evolution chamber and wrote for it.
Oh, damn. Good game.
That was a good game, man. Yeah, I'd take a drink of water real quick.
I wouldn't mind grabbing one real quick. I'll just be 2 seconds.
Sure, it sounds good.
You can just do the intros without
Yeah,
me.
I'll do the intros. Okay, so again, whoever wins this moves on to the playoffs. Whoever loses, so long. We'll see you in season 4, hopefully. So we're 1-1. These guys are basically in a best of 1 now. Spawning in the top right, playing for the Risen community, it is Xanity. And in the bottom left, playing for Platinum Heroes. Can he win it? We'll see. It is tagged once.
I've returned.
I heard. I like the.
Another 12 pool from Xanity.
Oh, I was busy looking at the Rainer picture. I like the Rainer picture. I don't know. Like I like the colors and everything. It just looks so hopeful. But whatever. Talk about the game. Yeah, another 12 pool. It didn't really do that much last game, right?
You know, it's hard to say whether it, because I feel like he did get quite a few drones early,
Oh, that's
then
right.
lost the Zerg and didn't really press the economic advantage. I think maybe he stayed on the Lings too long, but what the hell do I know?
Yeah, I mean, I also don't know anything either, but that's a good point. Xanity did get 7 drones, I think, and like if you're scoffing at 7 drones, then you're probably playing the wrong game because that's pretty substantial.
Sure is.
But I guess what we could keep in mind this time is see what the worker count actually is at and where Xanity's base is after like this attack goes through. It's kind of hard. I mean, I know that you can bring like an income graph up and stuff, but like it's kind of hard to actually see like the effects of lost mining time. But you can definitely see who's got more workers after the engagement, what the saturations are like.
Sure.
So let's take a look at that this time.
Sure.
Trying to
So
get better.
the Lings are going in now as tagged is at about 20 drones. Xanity's at about 15.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, he's gonna instead try to.
Okay, so this is more. Yeah, so Tag brought more workers this time, which means that worse. Like this is more delayed mining time here. And
Yes.
Xanity's just gonna run to the main now because the drones aren't there. So now Tag has to pull these ones. Like I kind of like that like 8-8 split. A bit of an unfortunate move
From the last
command
game,
there.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
good, yeah.
from the last game, yeah. But a bit of an unfortunate move command. Tag's actually losing so like there was so much damage done to those Zerglings there that Xanity should be able to clean these up relatively easily. He's just gonna stand and fight, and he's only gonna grab 3 drones. So they have equal drones. Xanity's base is finished. Tag's base is finished. And they have about the same amount of drones. So I guess that this is a relatively equal game then?
But yeah, and so I guess looking at the production tab though, see, this is what I'm talking about. I think Xanity now is still building 4 more Lings, but I don't think there's reason for that. I think probably should have switched to drones. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like,
With Xanity getting the spine crawler, I think that he might be anticipating Tagged to do a counterattack, which
yeah,
obviously we know that's not coming because Tagged is droning like an absolute mad lad.
but we know everything because we're the eye of God in this game, right? Like,
Exactly. We are the Watcher. If you're watching that TV series, I can't remember if you have Disney Plus or not.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking.
No, it
What
was a
series?
Marvel What If series. It was Whitney and I watched it. It's like cell shaded animation. Is pretty good. I liked it.
Is it like what if
Yeah, it's like
the Flash got really fat, even
well,
though the Flash is DC?
Yeah, the Flash is DC. So yeah, it's like, what if the Flash was owned by Marvel, you know? And then DC lawyers are like, "What the fuck, guys? That's our one F bomb." But they're like, "Come on, like we own this," and they're like, "It's a what if? It's allowed," you know? So it's kind of like that sort of thing.
I see. Oh, he's morphing a Baneling right in front of.
Yeah, right in Xanity's face. I don't think Xanity can take this fight with the Queens at the as the added defense, but I mean it is slow lings against speed lings. Tag does kind of send a little Ling hit squad over to the third base. Xanity doesn't have a third base, so it's kind of like a haha moment. And Xanity's going for an evolution chamber, faster than Tag? Question mark. Yeah, Tag doesn't have one.
It's interesting. I
Tag's is
mean,
still building, so I mean it just happens.
I'm pretty even on drones. I don't know, man. Too early to say what's gonna happen. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. I talked to my dad this morning because we're going out of town this weekend. So, because Dad and I normally talk Saturday mornings, but we're going
Right.
out of town this weekend, so we don't have time to chat. So I talked to him today, which worked out because it's a holiday, right? So I didn't have to go to work.
Yeah. How's Papa Duncan doing?
He's doing well. He's painting the house, you know, like the inside of the house right now. So a lot of it is him on Discord, like turning the computer awkwardly so that I can see the like
Yeah.
the walls that he's painted and stuff.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, I mean it looks good. He's very good at like doing a bunch of things that I didn't know he knew how to do. I think that's everyone's
Painting's.
dad.
I don't want to take anything away from him, but painting's pretty easy.
You take that back, Matt. My dad is the best at everything.
Well, I said I didn't want to take anything away from him. Well, no, he is the best at everything.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, that was nice. Xanity used the Lings to take down one Baneling. Tagged on the other side, though, ran into that Baneling. That's painful. And the Spine is doing a fair amount here as well. So I think Xanity's just going to get that third base without any problem, I suppose.
Gonna take that third base with impunity.
Yeah. How was your day today, Maddie?
It was all right. I had to like I had to make a recommendation on like this project at work that involved spending a lot of money, and I found that quite stressful. But it's over now.
Did you talk
And
to my dad before you made any decisions?
no, but I probably should have.
He did ask how you were doing.
Okay. And you told him that I was doing fine and had to make a recommendation to spend a lot of money at work, I guess, right?
Yeah, I told him that. That was so many
Oh my
Zerglings
God.
that just
Oh.
died there. Holy man.
Ooh.
I told
Ouch.
I told my dad that your work's going well and that we were going to be casting later tonight, and he thought that was pretty cool.
Uh-huh. Do you think he's one of the raiders that came in earlier?
Oh no, he wouldn't bother watching this. You know, he'd be watching something cool like one of the Twitch streamer hot tub streams or something. You know.
Wait, they have hot tub stream?
Yeah, I think so. Or I think it's still a thing. I never actually watched it. I only watch StarCraft on Twitch. I'm lame like that.
That's fair. I used to watch Hearthstone on Twitch too, and Dark Souls. There's like what was the guy's name? Oh man, it's bad. I can't even remember the guy's name. But there was like a guy who would stream playing modded versions of Dark Souls and doing speedruns and stuff. It was pretty entertaining. It
Uh,
was fun to watch the item randomizer.
I will admit that I have watched some like Zelda randomizers and stuff, but like I'll normally watch that on YouTube because like people just
Yeah,
upload their streams anyways. So like that's
yeah,
just kind of what
it's
I.
yeah. I've watched it both ways.
You go both ways.
Scratch that. I'm impartial.
Okay, so that was not a cancel on Tag's fourth base there, so that's -3 hundo. And Xanity's just gonna die for the main. There was one Baneling there, but I mean, it was a pretty good hit. It wasn't enough to stop the damage that's gonna happen to these drones right now. Not sure if it was worth it though. All these lings go down for only four drones and one Baneling. Not sure. Not doing math. Not very good at math actually.
I
To
want.
begin with.
You're pretty good at math, aren't you? We're gonna
Uh,
see a counter push, I bet you. Like timing with this two attack again.
Yeah, but this time Xanity's gone for uh, Mutas.
Ooh, mutas.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so mutas are coming in. I don't think they're like a necessarily huge threats because there are spores, but the high energy queen gets focused down. Unfortunately, there was no transfuse to save it, and tagged is getting pathogen glands upgrade. Maybe I'm not sure exactly. What's this upgrade beside the Hydra range?
Sorry, which?
Beside +2, the purple one. That's pathogen glands, right?
Oh, yes. That's right.
Yeah, there it is. Oh,
GG. Oh, PP.
someone at the door.
Thought that was GG.
Yeah, not quite yet. I mean, Tag does have the army supply advantage, or sorry, has the army supply advantage and also like supply advantage. The only problem is that roaches inflate a little bit, and like roaches obviously can't fight mutas. So now that Hydras are out, Tag's going for Vipers, which I actually kind of like as long as Tag feels comfortable microing Vipers. Like Vipers are quite difficult
They're
to
tough.
use. Well, because they A move, right? Like because that's the whole idea, right? Like if like the same thing I find with ravens, as I have to put ravens on a separate hotkey and then have them follow, which you can actually do if you A move a raven onto like a siege tank or something, it'll just keep following it like that, so it won't actually like fly ahead and die, you know?
Oh, okay.
But Vipers can do that, and it can be very... Oh, and unfortunately... Okay, so there's a Parasitic Bomb, but excellent pull-off by Xanady. And Tag has to be careful not to accidentally kill his own hatchery. I've definitely seen that happen with the Vipers pulling energy. So that was a lot of drones that died. Oh, see, and the Vipers are
Oh, and the
A-moving.
Vipers.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
no.
exact thing that I was just described.
And now they're gonna. Oh, but the parasitic bomb, like you said, it might actually wipe out the rest of those 4 mutas. But I mean, Vipers are 2 Vipers for like 4 mutas. Nowhere near worth it.
Yeah, and Xanady's just swarming now. This is
Oh
so
yeah,
many lings. Holy man.
he is the swarm at this point.
58 lings to 3 lings of tagged. Not that,
Well,
like, tagged has other things too, but I'm just making that comparison. Tagged also has the 1 infester. Oh no, sorry, that's Xanady. Xanady has the 1 infester, and I'm not exactly sure about this. Like, why do people keep making 1 infester?
You really only need 1. Like, you just gotta hit the 1 fungal and then it dies. Like, there's not much more to it. It's not like you can fuse it with another one to make a stronger unit like some other races we could mention.
Oh, there are 4 of them in the round of 8 right now.
Yes, sir. Did you want to,
Send you
I
to the
guess,
Shadow Realm?
I guess if you want to.
No, I don't want
That's
to.
pretty rude.
So Xanady's just kind of in the driver's seat here, but I think he could drone up a little bit more. 70 workers. I think it maybe is a bit more standard to have at least 10 more, but again, don't play Zerg. Like, when I'm with Terran, I normally cap out. Unless I'm playing, like, mech and I'm actually taking a 5th base, then I don't really make more than, like, 50 or 60 anyways. So the mutas are just kind of flying around. The lings are running into the 3rd or 4th base, whatever this is, picking off a bunch of drones. And there are a bunch of lurkers, which is a little unfortunate because lurkers don't shoot up against these mutas. And it looks like another parasitic bomb is gonna kill a bunch of mutas, actually. Holy crap.
It seems like, seems like a pretty good tool for defense against mutas if you have somehow teched up to Vipers, which requires their hive, right? Hive tech?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Hive and a spire,
units.
I think that's all you need. I don't think you need a greater spire for them.
No.
Or actually, you
that's
don't,
correct.
because Tag doesn't have a greater spire.
Yes.
Hello, sub-rat. I hope that you're having a nice day. So Xanady just suicided all his mutas, and this is very much... actually, that's a pretty scary looking army from Xanady coming down. Just like, coming down the gut, you know?
It's yeah.
Oh,
But
one thing.
without any range upgrades on the Hydras, like those roaches might actually stand a bit of a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Xanady doesn't have that. 1 blinding cloud on the top of the ramp there. That's kind of interesting. Xanady did get 1 fungal, which I think reveals the lurkers as well, but I'm actually not 100% sure on that. And It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's happening here, but it looks like Tag's going to lose this base, and that's where Overlord's speed is being upgraded. I'm not sure if that was an intentional or a misclick. Tag is fighting away from the Lurkers as well, which is going to get all those queens killed, as we saw. And Xanity's on the other side taking a 5th base, which is relatively saturated. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not oversaturated really anywhere except the main, and it's only by one drone. We can forgive that. Tagged is super oversaturated because he just doesn't have another base. But at least he saved those drones, so you win some, you lose some, I guess. Glass half full, glass half empty.
He could even start maybe with, although I was gonna say long range mining, but that's probably dumb.
I think maybe the only reason the long range mining is dumb is just because there's so many armies moving around the map that.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
So that was not a cancel. That was a kill on that hatchery, and I think that it might have been, and it was a kill on the other hatchery too. So Tag actually just lost 600 minerals, and is losing a lot of these Evo chambers. They're just used for energy, I believe. And on the other side of the map, Tagged is getting a couple kills with the roaches, but it's not nearly as successful as Xanity's attack is.
It's, what do you guys got going on this weekend? Anything?
Yeah, we're going to Vancouver to see Whitney's
Oh yeah,
family,
true.
which should
Like,
be a lot of fun.
so they're gonna be in Vancouver at the same time?
Yeah, Whitney's brother is living in Vancouver right now.
Okay. The
And
Couve, as
yeah,
they call it.
exactly. I think they call it the van and the
They just
couve,
call
you
it,
know?
no, they call it van. Just van, not the van.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I didn't realize that you were fancy pants the van man.
I am pretty hip.
So Tag's actually getting a fair amount done with just these lurkers, but then Xanity does a lurker flank. It's actually kind of funny. I think that's Tag's almost entire army.
I think that's gonna be. Surprised it hasn't been a victory for Xanity yet.
I mean, this is like the last game. Tag's gotta hopefully make something happen. Like, I don't I don't think it's wrong or anything to try and stay in this game. Like, cause it's your tournament life. Like, if this was a ladder game, Tag probably would have been out already. Maybe said
I
some.
mean, Xanity hasn't closed it out, but
Oh yeah, I got you. I get you, man. I get
like
you, man.
well, I would never blame someone for staying in a game. I mean, we've been watching Terran games that lasted 45 minutes too long, so.
um, but yeah, so Whitney's parents are actually in Vancouver right now, staying with her brother and his fiance, and then we're gonna go and meet them. Okay, so some yoinks on the lurkers. The lurkers are not burrowing, but it doesn't matter anyway because Tag has. And then I don't know whose blinding clouds that are because blinding clouds don't actually have a color, so it really could be anybody's because I think they both had vipers there. So I'm not sure exactly. As a very amateur, oh oops, very amateur caster, I'm not sure exactly how we're supposed to know that, but there we go. Xanity
GG
moves
from
on.
Tagged.
Yeah, Xanity moves on to uh, the playoffs, the round of 8, and we're moving on to our final game.
Damn. I'll be right back.
Sounds good, man. I'll do the intros. Oh, no, I have to wait for Matt to come back. That's too bad. Okay, I am riffing here with you, the viewer. Again, everybody, if you can go to the match arena. When I started this, I needed 11 people to use coupons. Maybe I don't need 11 people anymore. If you want to sign up and use a coupon, it's free, and it gives us 30 cents, so that would be pretty awesome. And then there is a tournament tonight for Diamond and Under if for some reason you want to play in it, and I'll be casting it. So if that's something that you're looking forward to, well then there you go. Okay, so we're in another best of 3, our final one of the evening. Spawning in the bottom left, the orange Zerg player playing for SC Swarm. He's in the chat. It is the Cell. You back, Maddie?
And
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I'm here. Right, I guess I didn't say that out. Back, but his opponent in the top right, the purple Terran, El Ori.
Okay, these guys actually had trouble with the servers. I remember they were talking about it in the Discord. Okay, Alori says it's okay. If people are interested, this is EU. Alori's from EU. I'm not sure where exactly. France maybe, and the cell is Canadian. So they would be playing on Eastern based on the rules. So they'd be playing on US East, really the best that we could do. Elori, if you ever watch this, if you hold Control Alt F, it'll tell you which server you're on. So you can check that. You want to check that probably in the first minute of the game, and then if it's not on the correct one, then you can always change that. Leave game, change it, you know. So hopefully they changed it, you know, because I wasn't actually here. Like, you know, like I'm not in people's games, it's by replay. I can only assume that they do this correctly. You know, like I can't do it for them. Yeah. It's too bad.
Yes. Any big plans going on when you're in Vancouver?
We're going to the aquarium on
I've
Saturday.
wanted to go there. It's supposed to be pretty cool.
Well, there was a really awesome aquarium in Shanghai that I went to a couple of times, and I liked it a lot. So I'm hoping that this one can at least kind of hold a candle to the Shanghai aquarium.
I think it's uh, people talk about it being like the best aquarium in Canada
Yeah.
slash possibly North America. Like
Whitney's
I think that one's a pretty big deal.
Whitney's beside me and she's making a weird face, so I'm just gonna take my headphone off for a second so that she can say something.
Hi, Whitney.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld?
Marine World, sorry. She hates Marine World.
Oh, I see.
Did you hear Whitney say hi?
No, I never.
Okay. You never you never hear her
What?
say hi.
No, I never heard her.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you know how, like, so Lauren has a really big problem with me saying no, I never. Hi, Whitney.
There you go.
Saying no, I never.
No, it's fine. It's just,
Doesn't make grammatical sense. No,
I
she,
just I
she has,
was I wasn't expecting it, I guess. Oh, hey, it's the
that's
Ghost
fair.
Rush. It's the Ghost Rush.
God.
Because these guys played already, and I guess we could talk about the game. These guys played already, and Alori won 2-1, I believe. And in it, there was 2 games of Ghost Rush, and I loved it. So
It was
this,
pretty glorious. So stay tuned.
yeah, the Cell's Overlord placement is very strange. But I guess it's to look for proxy barracks on this one over here. This one's going to be the one that kind of comes in the 4 minutes, which is cool, and this one's the pervert pylon. So I guess they're fine. I just this one I don't really understand, but I also don't play Zerg, so
Some
totally.
people have like a real aversion to losing their overlords, so I think they place them wider out than just right in front
Oh,
of
to look
the
for a
like
drop probably.
floating them over. Oh yeah, right, floating them over the Terran base.
I'm maybe
Like,
more used to seeing it in this gap here because then it's like totally safe, but I mean you know, whatever. So I didn't see. Okay, so the cell only lost 1 Zergling, and these Hellions are on the hunt for another one. Mm, I was watching a YouTube video today, specifically about Terran versus Zerg. Not on this map in particular. It was on one of the newer maps. Up a Tree Zelda made it, but he basically said that like you want to be in Zerg's face with the first Hellions that you make, specifically so that you can kind of count drones and look at creep and see how many lings or if there are roaches and all that stuff. So
sure.
Elori, I think, is doing a pretty good job. I don't know if he saw those lings, because obviously that would be a very good tell to see that you're potentially getting ling flooded, maybe even bane linged. But if you see those lings, then you can assume that there's no roaches, because if there's roaches, obviously you need bunkers. And I mean, the ghosts probably could snipe the roaches relatively quickly. Don't have to worry about a roach all in, but I don't know. This is a little non-standard, as we've already said. Elori, for some reason I'm still awake. That's hilarious. I think this might be one of the only times that he's actually made it. Elori, you're here. Are you from France? I said that, but I don't actually know. If you're not, I apologize. So it's a pretty big Hellion hit squad, and he's actually still making more. Generally, I remember there was a time in the meta where the Koreans were going up to 8 and then switching off, but Alori's making even more. I can't remember the original games. Do you remember if it was Hellbat Ghost, Maddie?
What's that? Sorry.
The games that we saw Alori play 2 weeks ago against the Cell, was it Hellbat Ghost? The
One of
comp?
them was for sure. I don't remember seeing the Hellbats come out a second time. I think in the opening game, maybe he played Hellbats with
Mm.
the ghosts.
So the cell's
Cause
going. Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead. No, it's fine.
no, I was gonna say because there was something tanking for the ghosts, and I think it was Hellbats.
Right. Well, because this is so many Hellions. But I don't. Oh, and a second factory. So I guess this is mech regardless of what it actually is. Uh, oh, and there's the armory. Okay, I was gonna say I don't see an armory, and I was very against looking at the production tab for some reason. And yeah, I don't know. So the armory is there. I guess this has to be Hellbats. He's got to make sure not to eat those banelings because that's a lot of banelings. But baneling speed hasn't even started yet. The lair is finished. Wait, is it? Yeah, it hasn't even started yet. Yeah. And
No speed for a while, then, eh?
yeah. And yes, he's from France. All right, so I was right.
Nice.
So cleaning up the creep there is pretty solid. I like how the cell has the scouting lings to make sure that there's no third base taken yet. Like even just like I don't know, because then when the third base floats over there, if Terran doesn't have the APM to go clean that up, it actually can't land, even though the building should be able to just crush that Zergling. Am I right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he's even getting pre-ignition igniter, or whatever this blue flame is actually called. Poon always used to know that was his job, and he's got the
Nerd.
cloaked. He's got the cloaked widow mines. Because I don't. Did I tell you about the widow mine update of they they stay cloaked if you have an armory now. You don't have to get drilling claws for them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
So
added some pretty interesting meme builds of like fast drops. This is such a weird fight. Like, holy
this
crap.
is a really weird interaction. These queens are doing a great job of healing each other.
Yeah, but the
Um,
highest energy queen unfortunately can't heal itself, so you know, like that just died, and Elori does get that. Like it became so much easier for the fight once he got blue flame. He's got to be careful not to get
oh,
surrounded.
the fast
Oh, is that
banes.
Bane? No, I thought that Widow Mine shot was gonna do just a ton of damage, but and then I thought it
Oh,
was gonna do a ton
amazing.
of damage to Elori, but I guess for both situations it didn't fire.
Damn.
And Elori behind this is just macroing up. He's getting 2 CCs. Yeah, getting 2 CCs. Does he have personal cloaking? No, no personal cloaking. Uh, Sensor tower in the mineral line. Not a super common strat. At least I normally like to place it a little bit out, but probably doesn't make that much of a difference. A little bit of a Zergling run by, but Elori's got more than enough at home to defend it. He is bringing his Hellions back, giving up a little bit of map control, but he can always go back out and get that again, so it's not really the end of the world. Big Widow Mine connection on these Banelings. Yep, every Baneling just died. And I wouldn't actually mind seeing smart servos here if Elori is going to be playing such a Hellbat. Oh wait, does he have it? Nope, they're just really fast either way. Alright.
Is that for the transformation? What is
Yeah,
smart
transformation
servos?
of the Hellbats and Thors as well. And Vikings, I
Oh,
believe.
really? Wow. I guess
Yeah.
the transforming units.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything for siege tanks. That was a lot of
Siege tanks don't
Banelings.
really transform. I guess they just kind of anchor themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
see.
I
I
mean,
see what you're saying.
I could see an argument saying that they do transform, but I could see an argument saying that they don't transform. I mean, it is what it is. Like, Terran would be incredibly overpowered, I think, if siege tanks could, like, even if it was a paid upgrade, I think that it would be very powerful if siege tanks could
Siege faster.
siege faster, yeah. So the cell's going for a run by, but luckily Alori's keeping the Hellions at home, like the units at home. That's what you're supposed to do against run bys. And he's just going to try to zone basically with siege tanks and ghosts, but he's not using snipe. His attention is elsewhere. Now the snipes go down, the roaches get killed. He's got so many CCs, but he also has a lot of Baneling run by, gets 3 supply depots likely. And looks like the cell is actually cleaning up this soft contain. No, never mind. Losing all of his queens. That's what's happening.
That was pretty roughy.
Do you say roughy?
I was gonna say I said rough he, and then I
Oh.
had absolutely nothing to follow it up with. So yeah, I said that was pretty roughy. It's a phrase that I coined recently.
uh, oh, there was a 1 HP tank. Uh, oh, and even throwing down a mule to repair it. This is some me stuff. I do this all the time, and people always say I'm mana muling, and it's not. I'm just I'm just trying to heal my poor little BC or my poor little siege tank. Zergling run by again, but like you can't really run by when Terran is in position with Blue Flame Hellions. Like this is the whole idea, right? Like Terran keeps some Blue Flame Hellions at home, and then the run bys aren't really that effective.
Sure. So you said something about calling down the mule to repair it. It doesn't look like it actually.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The mule just got sent home. Okay, maybe it was just a misclick then. Oh, but another mule gets called down. Never mind. Maybe we're in like a Groundhog Day-esque scenario. Yeah, see, he's repairing it now. I guess
Yeah,
the
I
first
see it
one was
now.
actually a mana mule. I don't know.
What is a manor mule?
Oh, I'm just joking. But a mana mule is like when Terran is winning a game really hard, then they send down all their mules to like BM to be like, I have all these mules saved up, but I don't need them because I've won this game. Like get out kind of thing, you know?
Oh, okay.
It's like
Sounds pretty rude.
yeah, that the very first like not to put anyone on blast or anything, but the very first game that I remember casting of Hellbat King, he mana muled so much that that's the only thing I remember of that game. You know, like.
That's pretty hilarious.
Okay, so pretty big Baneling run by. I don't want to miss this nuke, but pretty big Baneling run by. Okay, we're going back here now. Nothing really here. The cell pulls back properly because remember when these guys played last time, they got muled. Oh, but this is gonna be a big one. Oof, that was huge.
Quite a few units.
But last time
Like,
these guys played, remember Elori like killed bases with nukes? Like that was how many times he nuked
yes,
places?
it was quite a few nukes. I remember like in the early days of like StarCraft 2, like 2010 StarCraft 2. I remember thinking that the purpose of nukes was to destroy bases.
Yeah.
Basically misunderstanding both like the the functional use of nukes in StarCraft 2 as well as the historical use of nukes, I
Yeah.
guess. But
So another Baneling run by, but I mean, especially with the libs, it shouldn't really do that much damage. Elori's army's not moving forward, but he feels safe enough that I guess he doesn't even need. Like he's basically focusing on everything at home, kind of thing. I think that he could kind of like inch forward. Like maybe that's not how you play this style, but to me it looks like he's soft containing and could get behind these rocks and siege the base. Maybe the tank range actually isn't that close. I wonder if you could hit it from the lower mineral line.
I think I agree with you though. I question the purpose of the soft contain that far out. Like I mean, there's 4 fully mineable bases within.
Yeah, Elori did scan this like what do you call it? I guess 9 o'clock base and saw that the cell hadn't taken it. You know, like if we look at his vision,
Yeah.
the cell has taken it now, of course. And there's 2 ghosts, unless one of them maybe had died. But oops. Okay, so the third base where the soft contain is, 2 nukes are actually going down. So pretty sneaky, sis. And I don't think this is gonna kill no, not gonna kill it, but if Elori runs in, oh, well, I love how Elori's just scanning everything, trying to be like, where are your extra bases? And honestly, the cell doesn't have them. You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have them. Should move in now.
This is a lot of Banelings, a lot of Ravengers. Like, Elori is kind of playing a mech. I guess it's pretty mech style. He's playing a mech style with ghosts, which, I mean, honestly, I've never seen other than Ruff and him do this, and maybe Beastie Cutie, and like, can we do this to GM sort of build style, you know? But like, Ravengers are pretty good against mech. You know, like you just keep throwing down the biles when they try and siege. And yes, I can zoom So the cells did a super long flank, and unfortunately, it's not exactly synced up very well. So it's just kind of more like dying in one situation and running away in the other. Oh, 13 drones inside. Darn it! The one nuke that hit and I missed it.
It was a pretty good one.
That was a lot of banelings. A lot of banelings to kill ghosts. To be honest, you don't normally see that. And the cell's just kind of like, I guess we're in a base trade now. Like that's really all we can call this. Elori's
Seems
got
to be.
he's got so many orbital commands, and he's got a pretty good production. Unfortunately, he's got 5 tanks stuck, and I think in a previous game he had a bunch of tanks stuck too. I guess that's what happens when you build like a little counter intuitive like walling sort of thing, you know, like this barracks is a little too close to this factory and everything. But on the other side of the map, I don't know if the cell really is able to ever break this army here.
It's finding finding a lot of damage is Alori here. Um, Not much more to say about it. The snipes coming up the ramp were pretty handy at removing whatever queens were left, and the tanks are just destroying everything.
Yeah, I mean on the other side of the map though, the cell is on Alori's production. If these tanks sieged up, like or like Liberators sieged up, Alori is playing with ping. If you missed the beginning of the game, you missed that. But if they sieged up, I feel like these would just get absolutely destroyed. The cell is pulling away. I'm actually going to be able to see this nuke, but unfortunately it's not really going to hit anything. There it is. Maybe it kind of got those roaches a little bit. And yeah, Lori's just building more stuff. He's got a huge bank. The cell has a relatively large bank too. And we're seeing another nuke come down. But before it can hit, unfortunately, we get GG.
Game from both players.
Yeah, very entertaining. Captain Britain, nice to see you. Unfortunately, Poon could not cast this time, but sometimes he comes around in chat and says hello, so that's about as best as we can hope for. So, okay, game number 2 on Curious Minds, which is a relatively shorter map, and the cell can be sometimes aggressive, so I wonder if we're going to see an early Ravager. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do Lori now. So, quoting Pokemon, Matt's favorite TV show, it is a Lori.
And spawning in the bottom right, currently down 1-0. It is the cell.
So the cell just said, I went into game 2 on a mega tilt, which I 100% can understand why. Like, I totally understand why. And then your opponent immediately begins talking about Pokemon. I don't know if that necessarily is going to help the tilt.
It wouldn't help me.
No, no. I mean, maybe I would think it was funny. It depends on how tilted I would be and how. Because like I don't really enjoy when my opponents talk to me in StarCraft because I'm smooth-brained unless that's a good thing. I don't remember, and I need
It's not
to.
a good
Okay, it's not a good thing. All right, so I need to focus all of my energy and my brain power on not screwing my builds up. So.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think reading the messages from your opponent in StarCraft 2 is akin to reading general chat in StarCraft 2. You're just asking to be
You're asking for
put
trouble.
in a bad mood. Yeah, you're asking for trouble. Don't read the general chat, folks.
I've left general chat a long time ago. Okay, yeah. So there's the roaches. That's what I was thinking. I haven't watched any of these games. I don't know who wins, but this is what I was imagining. So it is a little bit of a smaller map. I don't know if this is meta per se. Alori is going to do the scout after barracks, which I like. He'll get him raided at about 2-minute mark and see that it was a pool first. Depending on, like, I like to go in and look to see if there is a roach warren personally.
Okay.
But I can understand not doing it because obviously those zerglings are there, and there's a chance that you don't necessarily actually make it by them, especially if they're ready for your scout, which this L was ready for. So it's kind of a bit of a gamble on both sides. But I think that you want to keep this SCV out on the map so that it can go back in and see exactly what you're dealing with. It's just because there's a low ground hatch doesn't mean that you're not getting roached, because obviously that's happening here.
And we see Lori's opening just like you with Reactor Marine.
Yeah, I really like the Reactor Marine. Obviously, we play very much different than that. Alori telling us, spoiler alert, that he forgets the Ghost Academy here, so we're gonna see something different, which I definitely like. I like the creativity of the players in the LMSL. It's always my favorite. This basically was the best hold possible. He still got the low ground CC. I guess a bunker is a good call because there are roaches. I guess Alori just kind of sniffed that out, right? Because I wouldn't really build a bunker unless I knew for sure the roaches were coming, but I'm greedy like that. Building the bunker, while it does cost 100 minerals, only 25 if you can salvage it. It's
I
just something...
think that...
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think Vibe endorses building the bunker if you see pool first or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Just like, I mean, not that you have to listen to everything he says.
No, I mean, the StarCraft community is very divided on Vibe, I find.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because, like, he does teach... I think he teaches really good fundamentals. I mean, I think that those Bronze to GM ones are very akin to smurfing, like, where you're just kind of like, obviously, if I was Vibe, I would be able to make it to GM. Like, it doesn't matter because he's just got the mechanics and the game knowledge and everything. It's not just following, like, his build sort of thing,
Yeah.
But I did watch back in whenever that was, 2019 or whatever, when I decided to make my climb to Masters. I did watch it and I took the fundamentals from it. Like, I think that the fundamentals made a lot of sense of, like, building workers and trying to keep your production going and things like that. Like, those things I found very helpful, but anything more than that I didn't really take,
No, but I think, like, if you're going to teach someone to play StarCraft, there has to be more structure to it than fundamentals, especially above a certain degree. But no, I really enjoyed his videos. It was I can't say oversimplified, but it was nice to listen to and watch somebody play at the different levels and just kind of continually repeat the things that you should then repeat in your own head when you play, like to constantly be building workers, or in the case of Zerg, to constantly be spreading the creep or doing your injects. Like, I think it was good for habit building, but I guess I could see how people would think it was akin to just sort of smurfing on stream, but
I don't know. It's like, people have different opinions, sort of thing. Like,
I understand.
It is what it is. Like, Pig is doing one currently, and I believe he was really hesitant to do it, and then he did, like, a sub goal sort of thing, and they met the sub goal. Like, his fans wanted him to do it, so he is doing it, and people are learning a lot. Like, they learn a lot, and I mean, if you're on ladder and you play against Pig, that's something that very few people actually get outside of the highest levels. So, I mean, I guess you could think of it as glass half full if you wanted to. I could just
It's an honor.
Yeah, exactly. But I could just understand why people would be salty about it too.
Yeah, but it's one game. Like, I could see if it was
multiple games.
It's not like he's somehow reverse stream sniping you, where he's jumping into every single one of your games and absolutely just like throttling you. He plays you one time, you lose your 10 league points, and then you play someone at your level, right? Like,
yeah, and you get your league points back.
Yeah,
wow, these Banshees are doing so much damage. Actually, that's 7 drones. This is making me think that I should play Banshees more.
I guess we all should play Banshees.
Alori did grab 3 queens though with those Hellions, so that was a pretty good, like, mitigating factor, because Queen is the only anti-air at the moment.
Yeah.
I also don't know if the cell knew that these were coming, because he has spores. Never mind. He's got spores. They're just in...
Yeah, the first one just finished a moment ago, really.
Man, so an entire mineral line just went down, basically. And I like how the cell has the Zergling Baneling at the third base because like this would be very common for Elori to like be distracting with the Banshees and then just kind of run in with the Hellions, and he can't. So he's about to do that right now, but A move to A move. I think the Zerglings should be able to win this. Yeah, so nice surround. Banelings do
Ooh.
explode on them. Nice cleanup by the cell.
Wow, yeah.
I like that. That was very smart. And then immediately going across the map, also smart. But uh, Alori. Oh, hey, speed Banshees.
This looks free. I guess not with the Banshees there.
Yeah, well, the Banshees and the Hellions will stop this from being free, but that still was a fair
You know,
amount of workers that went down. Very interesting that Alori's going for the speed Banshees. This is definitely a style. You play like battle mech speed banshees, or hypothetically traditional mech. I think if you're playing battle mech, you get three, maybe four tanks. I don't know. I don't really play battle mech anymore. I was playing it, but it's pretty micro intensive. You have to not. I guess basically you have to not run into like banelings, and that's too hard for my poor little microable hands. Battle mech, I'm not sure if you know, Maddie, is the Hellion Cyclone.
oh, okay. No, actually, I was
Yeah, so you get enough tanks to defend yourself,
wondering.
which I believe is about four, and then you switch into. But Ellery's going past that, so it's not battle mech; it's just traditional mech, which can be a little challenging, especially with a Muta switch, because you basically need like turrets and Thors in that situation. And if Alori doesn't see it coming, then there is a chance that Mutas could really take him by surprise. Not necessarily that's what's going to happen, but I've definitely lost some ladder games like that.
Thors are something we haven't seen much throughout the bracket,
Yeah, people
are
haven't really
they?
played mech all that much. Mech's not really as uh, mech's
Not
not.
very popular at the
Yeah,
moment.
I don't know. I like mech a lot personally. I think that I think mech's great, but you know,
Does battle mech involve battle cruisers?
I guess probably traditionally. I don't know if it's a must. It. It doesn't really matter either way. Like I think of battle mech as being the Cyclone Hellion because it's fast and it's like it hits and then it runs away. It hits and it
Sure.
kites. But it does traditionally open up with the battle cruisers. But I think that was just because that was the meta at the time.
Gotcha.
All right, so we got some mutas, but Thors are out already. Actually, did Olori scout it? Yes, he did. He must have scanned. So this is just looking like a relatively traditional mech army. I do like the inclusion of ghosts. Snipe is incredibly good. And the turrets also make it really hard for the mutas to come in and do any work. So, okay, so there's a snipe, but it actually isn't that bad. Like for the cell, taking out that gas geyser can actually be quite annoying as the mech player because you do need a lot of gas for the Thors and the siege tanks.
Oh, for sure, eh?
And battle cruisers if you're playing battle cruisers. Olori's not playing battle cruiser, but if you were playing battle cruiser, they're very gas intensive too. Ghosts are as well actually. Olori's playing relatively gas heavy. And he's got 5 gases right now? Yeah, 5 gases. So that was a huge mule hammer. 6 mules drop at that 4th base here. We see Alori's income just skyrocketing comparatively.
Wow.
And these 2 missile turrets should actually be able to push back the mutas. I don't. Oh, okay. The cell with some little micro gets one of them and is gonna leave. Looking in Alori's base, he's getting personal cloaking. No nukes yet, I don't think. I don't know where the nukes show up. Do you think the nuke would show up on the upgrade tab or the structures? I'm not even sure. We'll have to test it if there's any nukes this game. I want to see where they show up on the UI.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Would it be? Is it something held by the ghosts?
Oh, well, yeah, maybe, but if you click the ghost, I don't think on this one it shows. Yeah, it doesn't show you, like, because the command
Yeah.
card is different.
Yes. See. Huh.
Okay, so these mutas have to be careful because Thor shots are really powerful, and the mutas don't have any upgrades. The Thors do have 2-2, so that's kind of like when I was originally struggling with Zerg. I had a uh, someone help me with my mech, and they basically said that the Thors were useless until they got upgrades, and then they were really useful. So
We have some potentially useful Thors here. Is what you think?
yeah, I think so. I would probably morph the Hellions into Hellbats just to make them a little bit more chunkier, but uh, then they're not nearly as fast against these Banelings. So I mean, it's really whatever Elori's playstyle is. Personally, it seems like he likes the fast-moving, micro-intensive units. I like the kind of like A movie, try not to die units. We just pick our strength, like play to your strengths, you know. And Alori's just getting a huge boom. Like, he's floating a ton of minerals, so he's making just a ton of command centers. He's going to turn those into orbitals, and this is kind of like a... I mean, I guess you still see this in mech now, but... okay, so there is... Oh, darn, there was a nuke. Let's see, where does it show? It's not in upgrades. It's not in structures. Maybe it's nowhere. Is it going to hit all of the mutas? No, but it is going to hit all of these, so... All the drones go down. So that's 21 drones, and... what do you call it?
Queen.
And Queen, yeah. The Iron Bank from Game of Thrones. Sorry, Pig says that. That's cool. In because of the command center. I get it. I get it. Smart guy.
Why is it the Iron Bank?
Presumably because command centers are made of iron, obviously.
Okay.
Because then you keep dropping mules, you know.
Oh, sure. And I guess so. If you have a whole bunch of command centers, does it matter if you start losing supply depots? Will it keep your supply up, or is there
Yeah.
like a cap?
Oh no, there is a cap. So 200 is the cap, but each
No, no,
like
no. But I mean, is there a cap of what can be from
no, there's not a cap of what
command
can be
centers
what.
for?
No, but I think
Okay.
more of the idea would be that you could sacrifice workers, and then your mules would be your workers, and then you can get more army instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was very common in Heart of the Swarm, which was kind of like when I started playing. So I wasn't very good at that. I just kind of died a lot. And Alori's got a very scary A-movable army here. Zerglings actually are relatively good against Thors, depending on upgrades and everything, but like it's hard for Thors to take them out or anything, so this is a pretty good cleanup. The tanks were doing they were doing splash damage or friendly fire or whatever you want to call it, so the cell does kind of clean this up, but Alori's just got such a bank and relatively good production. I don't think he ended up ever making more factories. No, he's only on 4 factories, so he could get some more factories.
So if you're in a position like what Alori's in right now, are you pretty comfortable with the way things are going?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I am in Alori's position, I am kind of like, all right, don't screw this up. What can you die to right now? And generally speaking, I would think that would be like multi-muta harass, so I would have turrets everywhere, and Alori already has turrets everywhere, so I think that he's in a great position. He's throwing down another factory. I think that he could get even more factories. When you end up getting like tons of bases, you can produce up to like 20 factories, you know, like when you have a bank and everything. So he could stand to get a couple more. And like this is going to be a fair oh yeah, okay, the cell's not running away. Yeah, so this is going to be a fair amount of SCV and mule kills, which is a little unfortunate for Alori, but I mean, he can afford it. As we already talked about, he's got so many orbital commands, but this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to F2 your entire army there, because now he's throwing his army away
He's
before
throwing
the
away the
Thors get there.
Hellbats and the tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Thors are pretty slow boys.
Yes, exactly. So, like, you kind of have to be careful of that. Like, that would be something that I would be a little concerned about in this situation. But Alori's he's in such a commanding position that I don't think that, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
all the mutas almost tried to die there. And then this one actually does get a lot of things. So that was a pretty big second nuke. I do like how Lori throws them out at the same time, you know? So like uh one is a distraction and the other one could hypothetically do a lot of damage because the red dot is it's not super easy to see.
No, I agree. Do you get a so you do get a warning
Yeah, you do.
from your UI or whatever your caster? What do you call the voice
Announcer.
announcer? Sure, announcer. Yeah, not UI announcer.
Oh, nice split there. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it or not, but the cell split off his Zerglings so that only two hit the Widowmine shot, and then units are kind of being like, so like the mutas are doing damage up at the planetary fortress here, and the cell is trying to like pick off tanks, but unfortunately you need like a million banelings to kill tanks, so I don't think that was overly cost efficient. Alori's got just a ton of widow mines, and he has drilling claws, so this is going to be. Oh, didn't even kill the queens. Never mind. So I think this is where things get a little scary because I don't think that that the Cell's army can fight Alori in a straight up fight. But actually, that was a good cleanup on the those like weird widow mine, like roaming widow mines, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you end up
Yes.
going into here as a Zerg player.
I guess maybe you start looking for some hive tech, probably looking at brood lords and vipers to pull away
Oh yeah, actually that's a good point.
the tanks
Vipers
and
would be pretty
Thors.
good with a blinding cloud and everything.
Yeah.
But the problem with GG Lords is that Thors are actually really good against
Oh,
them.
that's true, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
was thinking more for the tanks, but the Thors just absolutely cripple the brood lords.
yes, Thors are like
So,
I love when my opponents go into Brood Lords when I have tons of Thors, and Alori has a ton of Thors at home. So like it's really keeping these mutas at bay, and yeah, I don't think the cell can really push into this army. Like it's just kind of looking scary, you know.
ooh,
Oh, that was a huge Widowmine shot. I'm so glad that we saw this. And GG gets called.
good game from both players.
Yeah, so that is, well, that's that. We are, well, we know exactly who is in the round of 8. Um, w- I am going to cast another tournament after this. Maddie is going to go to bed. I'm going to I don't know. I'm gonna stop this stream so that I can get a delay on. So we're just gonna raid for GG. I really appreciate everyone raiding. This is a diamond and under, so only diamond and under. If you want to follow, I very rarely ask for them. So if you want to follow, I'd very much appreciate it, but you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. If you want to go to the match Reno and drop some stuff, sorry, use the coupon. Would very much appreciate that, but again, you don't have to. If you want to join this tournament, like if you're a diamond and under, the little Discord thing is down there. You can absolutely do that. I got a YouTube where I put these on there. You can go there if you want, but you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Maddie, anything you want to say?
Absolutely not.
All right, well
I
then,
think you covered all the bases. Great games from everybody today. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the StarCraft and whatever part of the day it is for you.
Yoda, you're sorry, Scuba, maybe. No, I said that wrong. I'm so sorry. Thank you for following. I appreciate it very much. Okay, we're raiding 4GG. Stick around if you want. This is the biggest raid I've ever had, so I absolutely appreciate everyone being here. You're all very special and wonderful, and I hope that you all have a great whatever time of day it is for you.